Welcome to the Empty Netters podcast. Can you believe what this has become?
There was a full 48 hours where I felt like I was like literally Superman.
Jumbo loves playing Fortnite, so he gets on the sticks.
Did TR show you the sauna cycle, or was that all
No,
you?
no, I invented that.
Almost a year now that I haven't taken a body check. That's kind of nice.
Finished tonight with some chicken fingers and a few Guinnesses right into you guys.
Yeah.
And that's where this pod came to life.
Ice is ready, and we are back with another episode of the Empty Netters podcast brought to you by BetMGM. We may be remote, but that does not mean we're going to stop on all of the content you get, but it does mean that my co-host will be wearing clothes circa 2007 and probably hasn't showered in days. Chris Powers.
As always, both true. Both true. There's bodies of water everywhere here, Dan. I'm in the hot tub. I'm not
That's
really,
it.
we haven't
That's
polar plunged yet.
That's it. I was going to say, stop it,
Yeah.
because you're not polar plunging, brother. You're not.
Yep. Just the tub. Big tub guy, but shout out. I'm normally wearing clothes from a billion years ago. Shout out Dr. Locks. He found this crew neck in a flea market, gave it to me. That was sick. Shout out the Buff Daddy, who is getting his U-Haul towed from fucking all across Kingdom Come right now.
The beautiful
He will be joining us later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
He'll be back. And then final introductory shout out. See this lid, Dan? See this stocking cap that I'm wearing?
Yes. Yeah.
We have received this. Dan, Chris, and Netters fam. I hope you like these hats. I made them for y'all while watching the pod. Even though I know y'all love the Bees and I am a Canes girl myself, I added a few gray, white, and black hats for the Kings since I know those are easiest games to attend for y'all. And those are at the office still. That was me talking, not her. Hats are machine washable if needed, but lay flat to dry. Also, the puff balls are removable by a button on the inside if you need to wash or if the puff ball isn't your style, which is totally fair. Well, I'll tell you what, Laura, it is totally my style, so that will be staying on. Let me know if I can make y'all any more. Laura at Laura_Sheeran_Hodge on Instagram. P.S. Please don't toss these. If anyone gets a hat trick, they took a long time to knit.
Such a fair thing. I put my Santa one on top of my Christmas tree, which is pretty sick because I didn't have a star topper.
That is pretty sick. Well, extreme shout out to Laura because these hats are gas. And I'll be wearing it all of break, and I'll be wearing the Kings one to every Kings game I go to from now on. Unbelievable, dude. That's how you get us going at Christmas time.
It's just beautiful stuff, dude. You absolutely love to see it. It is Christmas time, like you said. This is our Christmas episode, folks, so let's sit back, relax, and enjoy. We've got a lot going on this episode. Yeah, hey, CP, cheers to Christmas. We're having a couple drinks on camera here. This is beautiful stuff. We are doing – wait, I got a drink. I hate when people cheers. I hate when people cheers and they don't drink. We got a lot of stuff, guys. We've got hot ice that we're going to get into. We are doing our predictions of Team Canada's Olympic roster. We've got a beer league hotline. We've got more blind rankings of Christmas movies, and then we have our episode 5 of Heated Rivalry review. Beautiful stuff. Let's jump right into it. We have absolutely no time to waste. Okay, hot ice. We're doing PTI style, ripping through this because we've got other things to get into this Christmas episode. Number 1, the Detroit Red Wings, CP. Holy hell, I don't know what is going on, but I do know that we got to look out in Motor City because Detroit is 7-2-1 in their last 10. They just won another big one. They're top of the Atlantic right now. They still have a negative goal diff, but things are looking way less leaky, and that is due to one man who I am so proud of you and me for never giving up on, dude. Never gave up. We kept saying to people in Hockey Talk, people in the DMs, being like, what's going on with Gibber? What's going on with this? What's going on with that? Gibber is 5-0 in his last 5 starts with 2 shutouts and a .952 save percentage, and things are looking up for the Wingies. How we feeling?
Oh, there you are, Peter. That's how I feel right now, dude.
With John Gibson.
Look at me, dude. Look at me pulling back John Gibson's face, wondering who the fuck was playing goalie for the first fucking couple months of the season. But there he is, dude. There's the boy that I said would change everything. I was like, Red Wings are making playoffs. Everybody laughed at me. Laz laughed at me. I said they're easily making it because of John Gibson. It was appearing that they were going to make it despite John Gibson. But now, dude, if he goes now, Dan, if they were doing what they were doing already, and then you get this guy, this could actually be a problem. You know, like I was like, yeah, they're going to get in, but whatever. Now they actually could be a problem.
100%, dude. And it's like, I just think it was a new home. Situation of a new home. Like, the guy gets to a new team. He's with a new group. He's figuring it out. They still have some defensive holes that they need to patch up if they want to be a serious contender, and they're working on that. But the facts of the matter are Gibson has arrived. The Red Wings look fucking great. And there's another guy I want to point out as Gibson, just like Gibson, who has been buzzing, Alex DeBrincat. Perfect hockey player.
Dude.
20 goals, 20 assists, 40 points. He's fucking on fire.
Fun fact, I'm pretty sure the first Saturday celly that the professors, our good friends, the professors, hit, and now they hit Saturday celly every week. So you're a fool if you are not tailing that. But our good friends, the professors, the first Saturday celly they ever hit this year was on DeBrincat. Because remember, he didn't have a goal for like 10 games.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh man, it's like he's got to break through, and he hit. So look at those numbers again, and recall that he didn't score for the first 10 games of the fucking year. Like, that is actually insane.
It's absolutely insane. And now it's one of those things, however, that feels like, just like with Gibson, just be patient. Like, this is too good of a player for this to be holding him back, for it to be an issue. You just got to chill out, let it come out, let him become the player that he is. And here we are. This is exactly what's happened. It's incredible. The other tire pump I want to give before we move on from Detroit is Mo Seider. Mo Seider, 9th in the NHL for defenseman with 27 points, and he is also playing elite defense. That is something I always point out. You know, I am the biggest. We need both a Norris trophy and a Bobby Orr trophy, because we need to start giving credit to the best defenseman, defensive defenseman in the league, and offensive defenseman in the league. And Mo Seider, I always lean towards, I want the guy who's doing both. I don't want Erik Karlsson with 100 points and is like a -35. I don't want that guy winning Norris. I want the guy winning Norris who's doing it on both ends of the ice. Mo Seider has got to be top 3 or 4 in the league right now as far as doing it on both ends of the ice. He deserves so much praise. Unfortunately, still the guy who is doing it on both ends of the ice is Kale, which is hilarious. But yeah, Mo deserves a wrister, double wrister for sure.
And on such a good ticket, dude. Like all that bullshit about, you know, trying to lock up those young guys on that team because the future is bright there. And then you get guys like this who are still on that track, right? Like, you go, man, I really hope he continues to develop because he looks so incredible, but I just need him to stay incredible. And so far, so good, dude. So far, what is this? The slope? So
far, so steady, dude. So far, so steady.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. We're going to stay in the Atlantic, but we're going to move on a little bit north of New York City and find ourselves in northern New York, dude. Upstate, in Buffalo, where it might be a new day. Something is going on in Buffalo, dude. Kevin Adams has been axed. We got a new GM. We got a new sheriff in town. Jarmo Kekalainen is now the GM of the Buffalo Sabres, and he is already making moves, dude. We've already got Bergervan. Mark Bergevin has been brought in as associate GM, and Josh Flynn, who worked with Kekalainen in Columbus, has been brought in. He's going to be doing stuff like salary cap management, deep research like he did in Columbus as well when he was with Kekalainen, but he's brought in his new team immediately. The Sabres are 7-3-0 in their last 10. They're on a 5-game heater. Do you think this could be the early stages of things, of the winds shifting, dude? The winds shifting in Buffalo.
Nope.
Jesus Christ. Can you come on, dude? Give them something to believe in.
Not at all. No, not. Dude, I don't dish out false holiday spirit. Not this time of year, Dan. Not never, but certainly not this time of year. They don't deserve to be lied to at Christmas because we tell the truth at Christmas. And
but
there are no sad faces at Christmas.
But you don't believe in Jarmo?
Listen,
I believe in Jarmo.
No, I don't. And I like the move. Well, a move had to be done, put it that way.
Okay.
But do you remember when Jarmo got let go in Columbus? And
yeah,
by the
I
way,
hated it.
I'm always doing this. Well, why did you hate it?
I hated it because I think
He's the man.
I think he's a good GM, dude. Like, he's a great. If you look at his draft picks, the way that he drafts, he gets late steal. He drafted guys like Oliver Bjorkstrand in the 3rd round, Kirill Marchenko in the 2nd round, and he hits on a pretty good clip with some good 1st-round picks. Like Zach Werenski is a good one to point out, but I think he has a good mind for hockey, and I think when we look at Buffalo and you see so many of these great players who get traded off and then they go win a Stanley Cup somewhere and they blossom into something, I believe that maybe Jarmo could bring in a vibe, start building a team around Buffalo where he gives these guys time, he gives them the best situation. But I just believe that Buffalo has too good of a people. I believe in the people of Buffalo. Like, I believe in Harvey Dent.
Okay.
And I want them to be successful. And I think Jarmo could be the guy.
My issue, everybody that we've ever talked to that knows Jarmo says he's the man. I do think he has a good hockey mind. You're right about the draft picks. But I remember when that article came out when he got let go in Columbus, and it was like, here's the track record here. And you're kind of looking at it like, man, I can't believe you had this job as long as you did, considering what I'm looking at. So kind of like I always say about the coaching changes where I'm like, Quenneville, I like that hire because he did exactly this in Chicago. He took a young upstart team and made them great. Whereas the Mike Sullivan hire, I was like, ooh, I don't know, because he was holstered with a similar roster in Pittsburgh. Yeah. And then now you gave him the same roster and you're kind of getting the same results. So Jarmo, I'm kind of like, oh no, I don't know that Buffalo feels like the same situation the Blue Jackets were in, where you're like, oh, you haven't been that good, and and you had young prospects and you turned it into nothing, which I'm worried. That's all I'm saying. I'm worried. I think that sometimes you need a new blank bump. So he's a new GM and maybe he's brought in some new people, and at least that's exciting because it feels like the boys are doing something. But this to me, dude, is like this is the shit I hate for the good people of Buffalo, who I also care about deep in my heart, especially at Christmas time, where I go, don't let them hurt you like this. We don't need 5-game heaters in this thing. You're not making playoffs. You literally have no chance of making playoffs. The fucking earth will fucking freeze over before you make playoffs this year. I promise you that. You eliminated them 2 weeks ago. You eliminated them from the playoffs 2 weeks ago. So I don't want the heaters. I want my good players to play well. I want Tage to score a ton of goals and Tucky to score a ton of goals and us to keep losing because we are eliminated already. So just lose, dude, and then figure it out later.
I hear you. The one thing I'm going to say is, you know how we changed the Wild in Minnesota to Russia, and it's Minneapolis, St. Petersburg. What do you think about this, dude? What do we think about this? We've got Jarmo in here in Buffalo. We're going to change Buffalo to Buffinland. It's just Buffalo, Finland, and we're going to make him happy.
Good, dude,
and everything's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic.
Yes.
Okay, we just talked about Minnesota. Let's move on to just a quick touch on the win-win situation that you pointed out that has been the Quinn Hughes trade. Win-win, Quinn, win-win. Unbelievable stuff
here.
Can
I make one mean joke? I was going to not do it, but then I just thought it might be funny.
Whose expense is it at? It's Christmas. Be careful.
It's about Buffalo.
No.
I almost said it right away, and then I was like, hold it.
Listen, you can make it, but I'm disavowing it right away.
Okay. So Finland is great.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But I had another idea. Like, as soon as you said it, I was like, oh, what about this? And then I was like, that's too mean, so I didn't say it. Okay, so what if we changed Buffalo, because of the Finland connection, to Helsinki?
I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. Disavowed. Buffalo, I love you. Disavow. What
if Buffalo is now Helsinki, Dan? Because they stink every year.
They're 7-3-0, bro. Enough.
It also smells incredible there. So,
it does. It really does.
It doesn't Helsinki at all.
Yeah. Okay, going back to, speaking of teams on heaters, like we said, the Quinn win-win situation. Since the Hughes trade, Vancouver is 4-0 and the Wild are 5-0, and the Wild are beating the bag off of teams. Vancouver, I feel like this is it's obviously not a new coach bump, but I feel like this is a rally around the boys bump. They lost their captain, their best player, and they're like, dude, don't let our fans die. So they're getting great wins. The Wild, however, I'm just like, whoops, this is one of the best teams in the league.
They are, dude, but I'm going to double down on two things I've said. So double. double animal style take coming up right here.
Okay.
Vancouver. First of all, thanks for the fade. How you doing? Appreciate the money. But stop winning. Same argument to Buffalo. Like Dan eliminated you 2 weeks ago. Stop winning games.
I did. I literally I eliminated them from playoffs.
So that is crazy. And then the Wild, as sick as this is, and as sick as Quinn Hughes is, and I'm sure they're buzzing right now on all the hype, they aren't as good as Colorado and Dallas. And they could get that good if they do something else. But I'm sticking with that take right now, and they are nasty. Don't read this the wrong way or hear this the wrong way, Minnesota fans. They are nasty, and they might be the third best team in the fucking league when it's all said and done. But unfortunately, they're the third best team in their division, which is crazy. Yeah. It's
crazy, Chris. But it's just like you're right on Vancouver. Lose. Like, what are you guys doing? But I'll say it is tough to see how good Minnesota. Well, I was about to say Minnesota. That's sick. It's tough to see how good Minnesota is, and then the juggernauts ahead of them. The Central is just an absolute fucking nightmare.
Nightmare, dude. Crazy. But dude, they're on the way to making it like real. You know, where you go. Is this just like a high? This is a high watermark, and you're going to level out, or is this like legitimately? And they're entering into legitimately crab wagoon status.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, moving on to our last bit of hot ice. We had a couple of trades happen on Friday. We saw Mason Marchment get traded to Columbus, which feels to me just like the Marchment move kind of had to happen for Dallas for cap reasons. Not necessarily the best fit so far in Seattle.
Seattle, right?
Yeah. Well, I see. He was traded from Dallas to Seattle, you dumb fuck. But just maybe not necessarily the best fit in Seattle, and now he gets swung to Columbus. So we'll see how he does there with a bunch of young guys. I've got high hopes. I think Marchman's a great player. The Deneau one is the one I wanted to touch on quickly. We saw Phil Deneau, who has been such an amazing fit in LA for the last few years. He's been just an amazing guy on this team. He's been one of the best third-line centers in the league. This year, off to a slow start. I think he's dealing with some nagging stuff, but he's got no goals. He gets flipped back to Montreal. Great move for Montreal. I think they need center depth. I think that's a good move, getting Deneau in there. And the question is, what is LA up to, Chris?
Well, You were kind of on that right away. Like when that broke and we put it up, and then I saw Twitter going crazy, and you were like, well, keep watching. LA's not done. It stands to reason that they can't be done. Well, God, I was about to say it stands to reason that they can't be done because if you are if you consider yourself a serious team this season, which I know they do, then you can't be trading a guy away. Just ignore his stat line for 1 second. You can't be trading a guy away who is incredible at the faceoff dot, can log some really solid minutes on a third-line shutdown position, has been an effective center in playoffs before, et cetera, et cetera. The counter is, well, dude, he's not that. He hasn't been that guy on this team this year. So, yeah, you do get him out of there for fucking whatever you want, and you give guys a chance. You know what I mean? Like, how often do we see young guys on any team, the Turks of the world? I'm not even saying apples to apples.
So
I'm
true.
just saying,
great.
like,
no, but that's a great one to bring up. That's a great one to bring up.
You know, where I'm like, it's addition because I'm going, hey, dude, you haven't been allowed to take the next step because we have a seasoned vet who's good in this league above you on the depth chart. It's like work, dude. Anyone 9 to 5, you have a guy in front of you. There's no growth development. There's no room for growth at this company. But you go, okay, we're moving him for, wow, we only got a couple picks back, whatever. But it's elevating guys who we actually believe in. So I could hear you going, we are a serious team, and we made that move. We're up to nothing. We're up to allowing our younger guys to shine. That's what we're up to.
Yeah.
And I would hear that too, because I'm almost kind of in that camp more than like, oh, watch out for another big Kings trade. I'm like, no, watch out for like seeing what they have internally.
Yeah, I think Turk and Helly are two great options for LA to give more time to, no doubt about it. But yeah, I mean, like currently they've got $9.3 million in cap space, 5.6 of projected cap space. Phil was on a $5.5 million deal, and the question here is, do you potentially see a move that moves out another one of these guys who is making in the $4 million range, that now all of a sudden LA has $10 million in cap space, and they try to, with a package of this next guy, bring someone like a big time player back? Or is this Ken Holland going? Yeah. Or is this Ken Holland going, nope, this season is the last kick of the can. We're going to play with what we got, and we're going to make moves for the future. We're going to believe in the future. I think you're right. Both are very equally possible. But it is safe to say with Kopi leaving, this is kind of the, we're looking at a new era. And again, I don't think it's a rebuild. I think it's a retool, similar to what Boston and New York have been doing. But the time has come for LA. It felt like maybe last year, the year before, might have been the time. And then these guys just wound the clock back. And then some of these role players were just playing out of control well, and they were making runs, but they just keep running into the fucking buzzsaw of Edmonton. And now it feels like the reckoning has come in terms of the question, what are we doing now, is needing to be answered. And I think it's an exciting time to see what goes on. And it's also this season for me, dude, I'm not even giving him next season. It's like this deadline and this summer is when, in my opinion, we find out if Ken Holland still has it, and all the people who go, Ken Holland up to his bag of tricks, or if it's going to be you're fucking washed, dude. We're going to find that out within the next 8 months, as far as I'm concerned.
Dude, I think my prediction is not that he's washed, but my predicting is that it goes that way. I think he's doing what you said first, which is no, I'm kind of I'm thinking long term here, dude. I'm building for the future. It's a retool, but whatever. We're gonna make the best run we can this year with what we have, but I'm seeing the tea leaves that there are teams much better than us. I'm not going to overspend to make a real shot at it. Sorry, not sorry, Kopi, but I hope you guys pull a rabbit out of your ass 2012 or 14, which was the wild card year. Whichever the wild card year was, I'm hoping you pull a rabbit out of your ass, and then I'm thinking long term. That's my prediction of what actually happens. If I were him, though, I would do the exact opposite, and I would take one last fucking haymaker swing and make another trade, bring in a $10 million guy, and go, boys, fucking go get it. Because, Dan, the Central is so fucked that I think and the Pacific is so open that I'm you actually have a chance.
You're right, it is, Chris. It totally is.
I'm dude, let them beat the wheels off each other and just make it to the Western Conference Finals, and you could win because they're so tired. You could just catch a beaten up Avs team, and then you have this one last magical ride for the cup, and then you go play the Panthers, and Barkov returns and rips the soul out of your body. But still, what a ride! What a ride!
What a great trip. What a great trip that is. You'll love to see it. All right. Beautiful stuff on Hot Ice, Chris. Let's move on because we got a lot to touch on. We'll take a quick ad break, and we'll be right back with our Team Canada roster predictions for the 2026 Olympics.
It's the Christmas season, it's the NHL season, and it's BetMGM season. And every Tuesday of the NHL season, BetMGM is spreading holiday cheer. Look at me in BetMGM with the NHL Odds Boost token. Here's what you do to join the celebration, okay? You log into your BetMGM account, and then you just add an NHL wager to your bet slip. Find a game you like, find any NHL wager, boom, pop that onto your bet slip. And then you activate the NHL Odds Boost token. Just boom, click, one click, boom, activated the token. And if your boosted bet hits, now at Christmas time, you get to unwrap a bigger payout thanks to that token. If you haven't joined the BetMGM family yet, now is the time to do it. All you have to do is download that app, create an account, and use bonus code NETTERS. That's NETTERS when you sign up. And then you'll enjoy up to $1,500 in a new player offer on your first wager. Ping! That sounds pretty sick to me. I bet it sounds sick to you. So get on that BetMGM app, use that promo code NETTERS, activate that NHL Odds Boost token, and make it legendary. We are back, and I could not be more excited for this breakdown, Dan. We are doing this episode, and the next episode we are doing our predictions for Team Canada Olympic roster. Next week we're doing Team USA, and this one is I'm excited for Team USA being an American guy, but holy hell, this one's an adventure. So I can't wait for the comments. I can't wait to see what people think. I can't wait to hear your picks.
Dude, there's an issue here.
This is fucking chaos.
There's an issue here with this roster that I did not anticipate, and I can't wait to get. I'm not going to say what it is. You'll hear what it is when we get to it, but I can't wait to get into it.
Yep.
But also, me, is this difficult? This goddamn group of guys is out of control.
Truly, bro. So here's what I want to tell everyone up front. Most of you listening, I'm sure, know this, but this is the situation. At the Olympic tournament, you are allowed 22 skaters and 3 goalies. Traditionally, that's 14 forwards and 8 defensemen, and then the 3 goalies. You are allowed to do whatever you want, but we are all under the assumption that is exactly what the breakdown of positions it is going to be. Also,
so wait, say
every
14,
country,
14 forwards, 8 defensemen.
14 forwards, 8 defensemen.
And how many goalies?
And keep in mind, 3 goalies.
Thanks. Just wanted everyone to hear that
Keep
again.
in mind, 12 of the 14 forwards, 6 of the 8 defensemen will dress on game day, but you have 2 extra of each, which is why that's traditionally the breakdown. Because if you were like, oh, well, let's just bring 16 forwards and only 6 D, and then if one of your defensemen got hurt in the tournament, you would be cooked. Yep. So, or I guess maybe that you could get an injury replacement, but I don't quite know how that works. So automatically, every country did this. They named 6 people to the roster fucking forever ago, like when we announced we were going to the Olympics.
Yep.
For Team Canada, that is Sidney Crosby, Connor McDavid, Nathan McKinnon, Sam Reinert, Braden Point, and Cale Makar. So 5 forwards and 1 defenseman are already on Team Canada. And then it is our job to predict the rest. Now, I'm guessing, Dan, you already have a topic of conversation.
I don't.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I do. I will say though, because I know what you're alluding to. You and I talked before recording. It is. I don't mean to throw shade here, but I think it is quite
because
fortunate.
He's nasty.
He is nasty, and he's also a veteran on this team. I want people to fucking know that. When people complain about this online, I want you to know that this guy is a veteran on this team, that these boys on this group want there, and that is Braden Point. But his very uncharacteristic slow start to this season, I like that he was an auto name to this roster, because there would just be so much chatter of like Braden Point should not be on this team, and that would be obnoxious. It'd also be obnoxious for the GM / guys in charge of this team. They'd be like, fucking shut up, dude. But yeah, very, very shocking slow start for him.
Because put it this way, if you went right now, if no one was on the team right now, and you said, hey, name your first 6 names, it probably is those other 5. Yeah, I would actually guess
no,
that. I bet
definitely.
it is those other 5, but then it wouldn't be Point as the 6th of the first picks if you were picking right now. But since it was already in, he's good. Everything fine. So, Dan, I would like to do the forwards first, and I just want to do this because I think this is hilarious. 5 have been named. We're picking 9 more, and I have all these stats. We're going to break it down line by line, whatever we want, but I'm just going to read these names really quickly to you. Keep in mind, we need 9 more, all right?
Yeah.
Okay, here I go. Mark Stone, Tom Wilson, Brad Marchand, Johnny Todrags, Mitch Marner, Macklin Celebrini, Mark Scheifele, Connor Bedard, Brandon Hagel, Seth Jarvis, Sam Bennett, Nick Suzuki, Bo Horvat, Anthony Cirelli, Matthew Barzal, Morgan Geekie, Wyatt Johnson, Robert Thomas, and Zach Hyman. If literally any 9 of those names were on this team, no one would bat an eye. Like that would be like, you'd be like, oh, those are all incredibly good players. Like, and this is a non-issue. Like, there's a few like, oh, Geeky, whatever, but I'd be like, he has 25 fucking goals. Fuck you. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is actually nuts to me that you have that big of a pool of players that it is not even a conversation that you'd be like, yeah, of course. Like, I see why they're on the team. Like, that is fucked, dude. They could field 2 fucking teams. They could field 2 Olympic teams.
It's fucking crazy, dude. It's absolutely crazy, this goddamn team.
So here's a question for you, dude. If I said to you, Dan, you can have 2 more automatic bids of forwards, who are the first 2 forwards you're putting on this team that you're like, for sure, it's not even a combo?
Okay, I get what you're saying. Other than the 5 forwards name, who are like my next 2 autos, like no question about it. Okay, my 2, damn, that honestly, I swear to God, I can't even go past 1 more. I have 1 more that I'll give you, and then after that, it's genuinely, I'm like plug and play any of the next guys.
It's everything's a question, dude. It's so crazy. You're right.
My 1 guy is going to potentially surprise you, and I know a lot of the youngins are going to roll their eyes at me. is Brad Marchand.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Brad Marchand, listen to me. Brad Marchand has been put on a new team. He has had his entire family uprooted, moved to Florida, won a Stanley Cup last year, and was instrumental to that group. If not for Sam Bennett going nuclear, Brad Marchand would have won Conn Smythe for the Florida Panthers in that playoff run. And he has rolled that over into this season, being a perfect hockey player with, I believe, he also has 20 and 20. I think he has 20 goals and 20 assists.
Points.
40 points. He's leading that team, and he is literally keeping that team is one of, if not the most important pieces, keeping that team relevant while all of their major guys are hurt with injury. He is a captain. He is a leader. He is insanely good friends with Sidney Crosby and Nathan McKinnon. He was instrumental to the Four Nations roster, and all of those guys were so happy that he is there. This is a different beast, guys. The Olympics is not Four Nations. Four Nations was amazing. And it was not gimmicky, as a lot of people thought it was. But this is a big fucking tournament. This is the boys going to Italy. This is the boys needing unity, needing leadership, needing role players. You have one of the best penalty killers in the history of the National Hockey League in this man, who is dialing the clock back and is on pace for 100 fucking points this season. Brad Marchand absolutely belongs on this team. It's not even a fucking discussion as far as I'm concerned. And he, for me, with all of those different intangibles, is the reason why he is the next name for me. And frankly, if he were one of the auto bids, you would not hear a single person who is at least 24 years old complaining about it. The only people complaining about Brad Marchand being on this team are the young little nut huggers who are like, oh, just put all the 20-year-olds on the team. People who don't know shit about hockey. Brad Marchand is on this team, and it's not even close.
I was going to say there are 3 more automatics and if you could pool all of our friends that like hockey, and I would say, hey, give me the next 9 forwards, these 3 names would be on everyone's list. And I thought you were going to fight me on Brad, so now I'm like, oh, okay, that one was easy.
I want to hear your 2 because I wonder if they're in my group.
You think the 2 other guys who I think are on literally every hockey fan's list, you might not have even picked for the team?
They might not be on my fucking roster, dude.
That would be epic. But I would call you fucking nuts. You are the fit for a nut house. Because there's no way on earth. The next one, who is literally already on this team automatically, is Mitch Marner.
On my roster.
It's for sure. There is no universe where there's a Canadian roster that doesn't have Mitch Marner. The other one that you might push back on, but you're wrong. You might push back, but you would be wrong, is Mark Stone.
He is on my roster, but he is not in my day one starting lineup.
And that's okay. But I'm
and
just
dude,
telling
Chris,
you.
Can I tell you, dude, Team Canada is the resurgence of olds is what I will call this team.
I know, dude, it's incredible.
And also, man, I don't think people are aware of what Mark Stone is doing this year. Like Mark Stone,
that's what I'm saying, bro.
Mark Stone has missed a lot of time, and I feel like people are like, "Fucking Mark Stone, dude, he's washed."
Yeah,
I think he's played like 19 or 16 games. It might even
16 games. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he has 19 apples. Like he has like 6 goals and 19 assists in 16 games. And I'm like, yikes, dude, this guy's fucking gross. And talk about a leader. So you talk about anyone on that Vegas team, and they're like, Mark Stone makes us fucking go. Him and Jack are just a 2-headed monster.
Mark Stone, Mitch Marner, and Brad Marchand are I'm already putting it official. They're on this team.
Yeah. He's on my roster. He might not be on my day one lineup though. But that's
okay,
I like
it. So we agree. We needed to name 9 more. We agree on those 3. Now there's 6 more spots. Do you want to give me your lines, or do you want to just go?
Well, we'll do this. So what I've done here is I've made lines. I've made all of my lines. I've made all of my D pairings. I've put a lot of thought into this. I know a lot of people are going to call me stupid with a lot of this shit, but I guarantee this team wins gold. So I hope Canada doesn't pick this team.
Yeah, yeah, fair. I like that.
Here's my line 1. Line 1 at the Milano Cortina 2026 Olympics for Team Canada. And in line 1, we'll announce a new player. Line 1, Sam Reinert, left wing, Connor McDavid, center, Tom Wilson, right wing. I love this line so much. I love this line so much because you have Connor down the middle, letting Connor do what Connor does. Skates fast, handles the puck, dishes the puck. You've got Sam Reinert, a 50-goal scorer, a guy who knows how to score big fucking time goals. Set up there, also an insane penalty killer, two-way player. And then you've got the fucking goal-scoring, top-line, power forward beast, Tom Wilson, finally getting the fucking credit he deserves. And he is a perfect... We have seen... How many times have we seen, like Sidney Crosby, Connor McDavid make different types and different styles of players come alive and absolutely buzz? We've seen it so many times with this guy, with Connor Brown playing alongside Connor McDavid and just being a monster. You put Tom Wilson, who knows how to play on a first line. He knows how to play with all-world players. You put him on this line with McDavid, let him score goals like he's been doing all season long, and also let him fucking bang bodies. Can you imagine what these teams at the Olympics are going to do and going to think when they're going up against Canada's top line and Tom Wilson is on it? You're worried about Tom Wilson putting you into fucking row 15, all the while Sam Reinert is... Yes, Sam Reinert is scoring knee-down, bar-down shelfies, and Connor McDavid is skating circles around everybody. That is a perfect hockey line as far as I'm concerned. You've got a certified blue-chip goal scorer. You've got the best, arguably the best player in the world, one of the best skaters in the world, one of the best puck handlers in the world, and then you've got one of, if not certainly, the best power forward in the league. Come on.
That's insane. Tom Wilson... is also on my roster, so we are still aligned. Okay. I don't have anything to add, dude. Like I just think his play has been so awesome, and not that you are trying to out-American the Americans, but I think there's something to be said about a little grit on this team. And I'll get to that more later, but Tom Wilson has become like the fucking king of that, dude.
Yeah.
And I think his play deserves a roster spot on this team. But man, is it hard because it's going to cost me a lot of people. But I also have Tom Wilson on the lineup.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Okay, my line 2. All of these players have been mentioned. Okay. And I know that this feels like the clickbaity, everyone talks about it. But line 2 for me is the Nova Scotia line. Brad Marchand, Sidney Crosby, Nathan MacKinnon. And I'll tell you why. I'm not doing this for gimmicky reasons. I think I've put a lot of thought into this. For me, you cannot waste MacKinnon or Crosby on the third line. They have to be on the second line. MacKinnon, I think, is more suited to play wing. He's done it before. Sid is just, in his age and his situation, he is perfect in the middle. I need him in the middle. And the way Marchand is playing, I'm just like, yeah, dude, put him with these two. Like, are there other guys who could slot in there? Absolutely. And this is why you jumble the lines. Games will be different, but I love that start. With the form that Marshy is in, we don't need to worry about Kemi in the slightest with these three. Just put them out there and watch them fucking cook. I absolutely love those three together. I think it makes total sense.
Dude, I'm so with you. And if you look at goals in the league, MacKinnon is 1. And then Marshy is 7, and he's 8 back, but Marshy's right there, and I think Sid has 19, so I think Sid is 1 back. So that line has more goals than almost any line you would want to come up with. So anyone who's upset about that line is a fucking moron,
dude. Insane. And it's like there's a huge element that's hilarious about that. It's like that's in itself almost like an energy line, and I mean that. 37-year-old Brad is still. I'm like. That's an energy guy, 100%. And I just, I think it is a brilliant opportunity with the form that all three of them are in to put them together and just let them fucking cook. And it's like Sid provides the Landy element with Nate, too. It's like you put a big brother with Nate, and Nate is his best self.
Yes, dude. And everyone wants to win. I'm not saying this isn't a fierce competition. This is one of the coolest things you can be a part of. Everybody wants to win. But these are crazy good all-star teams. Sometimes the difference can be as simple as literally having fun out there. And those three together are having fun. That is how you get the most fun out of those three guys. I love it.
They're just having fun. Okay, line 3. One of these guys has not been mentioned. So line 3, I've got Braden Point, Mark Scheifele, and Mitch Marner. I love this line because, number one, Braden Point is Braden Point. We don't got to worry about Braden Point. Mark Scheifele, This dude, it is time that the world accepts Mark Scheifele as one of the best players in the National Hockey League.
Yes,
I can't believe that I've seen lists of this team that don't include Mark Scheifele. It's just like year in and year out, this guy is just an 80-point guy, scores 40 goals, and everyone's just like, yep, Mark Scheifele's fine. And I'm like, wrong. Yeah. Mark Scheifele is one of the most consistent and reliable players in the fucking league. Can we put some specky on his name? And Mitch Marner on this line, I love CP because you've got Point, who we know is a goal scorer. You've got Mark Scheifele, who we just said is a goal scorer. Put Mitchie on this line. Point is a fucking little bulldog. Scheifele is an ox. Let Mitch go out there and skate around and fucking dish up 5-star service to the two of these guys and watch the fucking score go all the way up.
Just like he did in overtime at Four Nations, dude, off the wall, off the skate, to the tape, off to the back bar. Yeah. How are you? I think Scheifele's play, just like I said about Tom Wilson, Scheifele's been good his whole career, and he earned it, dude. The 3C, 4C, and I'm even going to add, I'll kind of spoil a pick here, but like I'm adding, I think center depth is really important, put it that way, when you're considering the 2 extra skaters, or the 2 extra forwards. So those are the big conversation points for me. I'm like, who are you slotting in there? And I just think Scheifele has been too good to not have that spot. Like when I look at the other options, I'm like, Brady, it should be Mark Scheifele. So he's on mine too, and I'll fight. I'll die on that hill. Die on that hill that anybody wants to fight me on. Mark Scheifele, he deserves a spot on this team.
I love it. Okay, I'm going to give you my 2 extra forwards first.
Oh, okay. Yep. And I want your 2 extras, and then I want your 4th line, and then I'll respond with all the rest of mine.
Exactly. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go 2 extras, and then I'm going to go line 4. My 2 extras, one I already mentioned, Mark Stone. I'm sorry, dude. You can't not have him on this team. It's actually like,
yes, dude.
It's insane. Like Mark Stone, he's a Stanley Cup champion. He is a leader of men. He's fucking gritty. He's nasty. And if he's healthy, he is on this team. Look at what he's doing this season. It doesn't matter if he misses time. Mm-hmm. If he's healthy during the Olympics, he's on this team. Mark Stone is number 1. Number 2 is Seth Jarvis. And Seth Jarvis is in my lineup, I would say, but he's got a tough injury right now that he's battling back from. Confirmed, he's feeling a lot better. That's amazing. And if Seth is healthy, abso-fucking-lutely Seth Jarvis is on this roster. So I'm going to put him as my extra, barring that he is healthy and will be there. Line 3. All 3 guys not mentioned.
4.
What do you mean 4? Oh, at least, I'm sorry. Line 4. Line 4. All 3 guys have not been mentioned yet. Brandon Hagel, Nick Suzuki, Macklin Celebrini.
Oh, yes, Dan.
Brandon Hagel goes without saying. Look at the stats. Look at the production. Yep. The guy is a fucking machine. You saw him go to fucking war for his nation in Four Nations in a fight against Matthew Tkachuk. He is a gritty fucking dude. He's a good friend, and he's a fucking beast. I absolutely want Brandon Hagel on this team. And Brandon Hagel is the type of guy, if anyone's not going, like let's say Rhino gets out to a slow start in the fantasy land where my lines are the lines. Let's say Tom Wilson isn't necessarily. Brandon Hagel is a first-line player. Like this is, and obviously,
doesn't miss a beat.
All of these fucking guys are that, but like Brandon Hagel can play anywhere in this lineup. And why I love a guy like Brandon Hagel on this roster is because I actually don't know that everyone is certainly like that. Brandon Hagel is a guy who has first-line talent on any team in the National Hockey League. Make no fucking mistake about that. Brandon Hagel has first-line talent on any team in the National, but I can also be very confident in putting him on my 4th line and knowing that he's going to fucking grind out there. Not everyone fits that description. That's why I love Hagel here. Nick Suzuki, similar to Mark Scheifele, it is about time that the rest of the fan bases around the league understand how fucking good this kid is. Nick Suzuki is fucking incredible. He is a leader. He is gritty and plays a full 200-foot and two-way game and is a guy similar to Sam Bennett last year when you go, Sam Bennett, like Coop called him and was like, hey, dude, I don't know how much you're going to play. And Benny was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm doing anything. Mm-hmm. I'll literally do anything for you. I think Nick Suzuki is a guy, if you call and you go, hey, dude, you're going to be our 4th-line guy. You're going to be in and out of the lineup, this, that, the other. He goes, sign me the fuck up, dude. Whatever. And then Macklin Celebrini, 3rd in the National Hockey League in points. He does play a 200-foot game. I don't give a fuck if he's 19 years old. he's earned his spot on this roster. You cannot deny it. This is truly like a Sidney Crosby level type stuff where it's like, are there guys that we have not named who absolutely deserve spots in this team? Yes. I don't care that he's 19. If you are third in the National on December 21st in points,
dude, what?
Doesn't matter. You're on this team.
Who were your hardest cuts?
My hardest cuts, no question about it, are the two boys from last year, Sam Bennett and Anthony Cirelli. Sam Bennett and Anthony Cirelli belong on this roster, and if and when they are on this roster, I go, yep, absolutely, it makes sense.
No issues. It's like
they're incredible.
Like I was saying earlier.
They're incredible. And also, Sam Bennett started slow. He's fucking buzzing again. He's buzzing just like he does every season. Like he has his output of every season. And frankly, dude, there's a part of me that's like, this roster that I'm picking here, there's a little bit of like, oh, it'd be fun to see this. But there's also a part of me that's like, no, I want Sam Bennett on this roster. But that one is just like, it's fun to explore the other options. But as you know, we love Benny, 12 goals, 13 assists, 25 points in 35 games. And Sam Bennett is what I said Brandon Hagel is. Put him on the first line, put him on the fourth line. And he's going to fucking piss off your competition. I'm literally talking myself into being like, what am I doing? Put Sam Bennett back on this roster. But he's amazing. I also want to give, and I don't want to step on your toes if you have anyone else, I want to give stick taps to Wyatt Johnston, Connor Bedard, Morgan Geekie, and Bo Horvat. All guys that I'm like,
yep. And Barzy, I would say.
Not for me. I love Matt Barzal, but I just think because of the situation, like Matt Barzal to me is a guy that I'm like, he needs to be on your first or second line. And I can't see a path that puts him on that with this team. I don't know that I would want Matt Barzal playing like fourth line for me.
Okay, so I had to pick 9 forwards. We both had to pick 9 forwards. I've already said Stone, Marner, Marshy, Tom Wilson, Mark Scheifele. So there's 5 of the 9. Or sorry, I had to pick 9, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's 5.
Yeah. Wait, no. Because we had, isn't it 12?
14. You're picking 14 forwards with the extras.
14 forwards. Yeah, sorry. 14 with the extras. Yep.
So I was picking 9 more. I just gave you the 5. I've already said those out loud. Stone, Marner, Brad, Tom Wilson, Mark Scheifele. I am also going Macklin Celebrini. Can't deny it.
Can't deny it.
Crosby. I think Crosby got left off in 06, and this is a chance to right that wrong. He's just been too good, dude. I just don't know how you look the kid in the face at this point. And I was early on, like, don't pick either of them.
I'll tell you, Chris,
if you didn't take
it. Just like you said with Sid, I literally think you just go like this. You're too young. Like, if Canada sets this standard, which they have, like you pointed out, with Crosby.
And they could. Yep.
I think you go like this. Dude, Crosby didn't make it in 06. Like, you're too young. We don't do this as a nation at the Olympics. And I think Macklin has to go. It's bullshit, but I understand. Like, if you did it to Crosby, you can do it to me.
So there's 6. 7, I'm going Seth Jarvis.
Yep.
Everything you said, 19 goals, blended into that team so beautifully at Four Nations. Does the Hagel thing, I would say, in terms of up and down the lineup. You want to pop him on your first line wing because of an injury? Done. You want to get him on the fourth line, grinding, chipping pucks, being a pest? Done. Easy. If he's healthy, I think they take Seth Jarvis. So there's 7. 8, and this is where that 4C conversation comes in. I think Anthony Cirelli played that role beautifully at Four Nations, could play that role again, deserves to play that role again. Mm-hmm. But you could get more scoring threat out of a couple guys. One of them is absolutely Nick Suzuki. The other one, in my opinion, you haven't even named yet, so I think you're going to be shocked about this, is Johnny Todrags. Johnny Todrags has had an incredible year. And I think there's a chance. I forget, there was some story about him at the Olympics where, like, he got hurt, I think, or something. I think there's a chance. You called it at the beginning. I was laughing because I knew I was going to do this. This is the return of the olds. That there's a chance they go, you have played well enough to be the fourth line center on this team in certainly your last Olympics, certainly, versus a Suzuki, which, could make it again. So slot me in Johnny Todrax as my 8th forward.
I love it.
And now that leaves me one spot, and these were the 4 guys I was considering. Bedsy, and it's kind of fucked for me to say that he isn't going to be in the thing because of everything we just said about Celebrini. You know, like he's been blossoming into this megastar, and I'm like, put him on the fucking team. If you're taking Mac, put him on the team.
Also, like, I know Bedard stands are listening to this and they're fucking screaming and pounding their dashboard. But, like, Connor Bedard is 7th in the fucking National with 44 points still. Like,
that's what I mean.
Like, you know, it's insane.
And dude, you put him on, you just name him. You just name him, and if he can't go, because he can't go, then you go, okay, then we get an injury replacement. You know, like, it doesn't fucking matter. You name him right now, and then you pick these other guys. Yep. So it feels crazy. This is why all 4 of these were hard. Suzuki, because then I can still keep that center depth if I want, right? Like, if I was between Suzuki and Todrax for that 4C, I'm like, just take them both, and then, you know, you kind of, like, play who's playing well. Hagel, for obvious reasons, fucking stud, goal scorer, plays everywhere, machine. And then Sam Bennett, because not only, Dan, to your point, has he been better recently, but also, what is the only thing you could ever say about Sam Bennett his entire fucking career?
He's
Big
clutch, dude.
Game player.
Yeah, he's clutch.
He plays better. He has 50 points in the regular season and then fucking dominates. He scored, dude. He went fucking under the bar on Hellebuck at 4 Nations.
Oh, my God, dude.
You know, like,
yeah.
this. So it's, like, fucked. And honestly, dude, I was coming into this being like, it's Hagues. It's got to go Hagues. But literally us talking, I was like, maybe you do have to go Bennett for the I just said, I'm like, I just talked myself into it. What am I talking about? The guy literally only knows ice in his veins. That is the only way he exists. Yeah.
And if there's anything you need in the Olympics, is guys who know how to fucking get it done.
Yeah. So I think you go, or at least with mine, I'm going to keep my toe drags because I made my bed. I'll go Bennett now. My hardest cut is Hagues. And then if you told me, hey, we're not taking toe drags and we're taking Hagel, and, like, you know, one of these guys is going to slide in, Mac's going to play center or something, I'm like, that's great. I don't care at all because, like, this team is stacked. But those will be my 9.
Yep, I love it. Okay,
all right, let's
move
go
on
to
to defense. All right.
Yep.
The one defenseman who was locked in was Cale Makar, was obviously always going to be on the team. Let's just go through how we just did it.
I think there are 3 guys. I think there are 3 automatics.
Okay. So,
do you think there are any?
Yes, my 3 automatics, including Cale?
No, I think there are 3 more who are literally 100% on this team if you asked everyone on Earth. Do you think there are any more?
I think there are 2 more.
Okay, who are your 2?
Devon Taves.
Yep.
And Shea Theodore.
Yep. I have 1 more.
Do you want to say it?
I'll tell you. Yeah, I think it's Josh Morrissey. I think if you ask anybody, Josh Morrissey. I've seen so many predictions. So many people have a ton of, actually shockingly different lists on D from the predictions I've seen. But pretty much everybody is Shea, Morrissey, and Tays.
Yeah. I mentioned earlier there is a massive issue with this team. Here's the massive issue with Team Canada. Right shot defenseman.
Good point, actually.
Dude, it's actually crazy. Like, you could literally do 6 left shot defensemen who belong on this team. It's fucking mental. So, all right, here's my thing here. I am going to make a claim that is going to get me fucking screamed at, and I mean it deep in my bones.
Yep.
I have 2 versions of this lineup. 2 versions of this lineup are, and I believe, because we get 8 defensemen here, everyone that I name is on the roster for me. The issue with this lineup, dude, is there are a few undeniables as far as I'm concerned, although structure-wise, it's, like, difficult. It doesn't really make sense. And there is one that, like I said, I will get screamed at. My first pairing is Devon Taves and Cale Makar. It's obvious. Don't mess with it.
Obvious.
These 2
that's obvious. Yep.
Yeah, like these 2 are...
Moving on. Yep.
They're the best D pairing in the National. Move on. Number 2. This is where we get, immediately, a right shot D. I'm like, I don't know what we're doing here. So, I do not know, Christopher, how you don't put Jacob Chikrin on this team.
Dude, same. He's on my team. And
Jacob Chikrin has had back-to-back, including this year, fucking all-time performances. Like, he is so fucking good this season. And I don't get how people are just being like, oh, whatever, Jacob Chikrin. Jacob Chikrin is tied with Josh Morrissey with 28 points. They are tied for 6th in the NHL for defensemen in points. And he has 14 goals. So I'm like...
Listen to this, Dan. You're going to love this. I'll do Morrissey, too. Morrissey, 5 goals, 23 assists, 28 points, plus 9. Okay? Shea Theodore, 4 and 16, plus 20. Devon Toews, 1 and 10. I'm doing goals and assists. 1 goal, 10 assists, plus 21. Jacob Chikrin, 14 goals, 14 assists, plus 22. Go fuck yourself.
Correct, dude.
If you think Jacob Chikrin isn't on his team, you are insane. However, and I just read this. I didn't even fucking know this. A, they didn't have him at Four Nations, right? And he's American-born, technically, right?
Yeah.
And he's never represented Canada at any point in his pro career. He played in junior tournaments, but he has never played for Team Canada as a pro. And I was like, oh, fuck. That's fucking crazy.
But his junior performances announced his allegiance to Canada.
Yep.
So he is Canadian. So my
I know. I'm just saying that's like a lot of ammo against picking
I'm
him.
explaining to the humans
yeah.
what the situation is. If that, Chris, is ammo for not picking him, everyone in charge of picking him is a fucking moron. It's like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever fucking heard. So my second pairing, and I'm probably right now announcing 2 people that are in my group, is Jacob Chikrin and either Colton Parayko or Josh Morrissey. And Josh Morrissey, by the way, would be a double left pairing. That's that is my crazy harebrained scream, because the lefties are just like absurd. So now gets me to my third pairing, and this is where I am prepared to take heat. But as I said, I have a plan here. My third pairing is Shea Theodore on the left, and 1 Drew Doughty on the right.
Yep.
And here's my rationale, okay? Let's go with the Parayko lineup. You have Devon Toews, defensive lockdown, Cale Makar, puck-moving offensive defenseman. Jacob Chikrin and Colton Parayko. Jacob Chikrin, puck-moving offensive defenseman. Colton Parayko, big-bodied lockdown defenseman. Shea Theodore, lockdown, honestly does both, but lock fucking down defenseman. Yep. Drew Doughty, I don't care, even in his old age, offensive puck-moving defenseman. I think a balance there, left shot, right shot, works great. And I think that this team has a left shot defenseman surplus, and it is absolutely brutal. So I want to hear yours before I get into my 1 extra.
Your extras, you get 2 extras.
Well, because I did Josh and Colton, one of them is technically...
got you. Yep. I will say this, then. Do you want to hear all my whole 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go first because you went first and forwards. I will say this. Drew is on my list, and I am shocked, Dan. Legitimately shocked how many outlets are doing predictions right now that don't have him on the roster. And I don't even mean not as a starter. Like, fine, if you want to be like, yeah, he's one of the extra defensemen, I disagree with that, but I understand the pick. I'm actually blown away, dude. I didn't even think this was a conversation, and I'm actually curious to hear all the Team Canada fans in the comments about this specific topic. Are you of that opinion where you're like, wow, yeah, I'd rather we don't bring Dewey? Because A, he's good still. B, they fucking love him. Like, this is such a fucking unit that looks up to him, idolizes him. And I know you don't pick people just for that. I'm not trying to make excuses for the guy. I'm saying he still plays at that level, and his role on this team is so vital. I could not believe that. I think he is for sure making this team, and I would be stunned. That would be one of my biggest omissions. Like, if Mac doesn't make it, all this bullshit. If Drew Doughty is on this team, something has gone horribly wrong in the picking of Team Canada, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, he's a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. He's a 2-time Stanley Cup champion. He's a Norris Trophy winner. And I know people are going, we're not questioning his accolades. I'm not saying them for accolades. I'm saying them for Yeah, he's 36 years old, but as we said with this team, look at how good the olds are. Look at how good he was last year coming off injury at Four Nations. He was fantastic for that Four Nations team, and he's part of the reason they won. He's a leader. All of the guys love him and rally around him. I need people to know from like an insider's perspective the way players on that team gravitate towards him, both from a
Crazy, bro.
They feel good around him, but you learn from him. You get advice. Like it's just, yeah, he's on the team for me.
Need him.
He had a couple comments last week where he was just like, anytime I see a list where I'm not included, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't think it's cocky at all. I completely agree with him, and he's earned the right to say that.
Yep. So for me so far, Kale, Taze, Morrissey, Shea, Drew, Chikrin. There's 6, okay? For my 2 others, people are going to hate this, dude. And I can't believe this one name hasn't come up yet. I think Travis Sanheim.
Oh, I know. So good.
Is so good and has proven it. Like you just, it's hard to not fuck up that decor that won, right? That just played so great and won it for you. To the point that I think he's going to make it. And like, I'm not sure if I was picking blind, I would have taken him, but I think I'm officially being like, he's on the team. He's going to make it.
Yeah, man. Sanny is so good. And I'll also point out, again, Sanny is one of the lefties. Like, it's Thomas Harley is one of the lefties. Like, Devon Taves, Jacob Chikrin, Josh Morrissey, Thomas Harley, Travis Sanheim, Shea Theodore are all left shot defensemen. It's fucking brutal. It is a surplus of all NHL left shot defensemen.
So I have one spot left for mine, and I was looking at names, and I'm not saying all these were equal, but I'm just running down. This is who I had flagged. Evan Bouchard, obviously, that's the person I'm saying. I couldn't believe this name hasn't come up yet. Thomas Harley, Mackenzie Weegar, Parayko, Noah Dobson, Brant Clark even. And
absolutely.
then, of course, the big one. And unfortunately, so, dude, Doug Armstrong, for the people that aren't unaware, Doug Armstrong is the GM of the Blues. He's also the GM of Team Canada. I think that there's a strong chance Colton Parayko makes the team. Not that he's undeserving, but that is a huge factor.
Doesn't hurt.
He's like, I have a relationship with him.
Doesn't hurt.
Right? We hear Quinn talk about his relationship with Bill Guerin all the time. That doesn't hurt. But my grand prediction is Team Canada completely drops the stigma, goes into we don't care how young you are, and they take Mac and they take Matthew Schaefer and give him the last spot on the team. I'm not saying he's a day one starter. I'm just saying they're putting him on the team because he has literally single-handedly transformed the New York Islanders.
I know.
And
I love it.
Is having a fucking preposterous year and has 9 fucking goals already as a rookie. He's a +7. He's doing everything. And his play warrants, in a vacuum, this team. So fucking put him on. And
Agree.
That's all.
Agree. Agree. Okay, so I have a lot to say. Great picks. I love that Schaefer call out. I was going to bring Schaefer up if you didn't right there. If Schaefer were a right shot D-man, he would be on this team day one, no questions asked, in my opinion. The left shot surplus is crazy. Couple guys I want to give a shout out to. Noah Dobson. He's not going to make the team, but I've loved what he's done in Montreal. Our boy Brandon Montour has been fantastic with a struggling Seattle team. He is a right shot defenseman. If you don't think, he made some comments. He was like, I want to be on that fucking team. If you don't think they're having conversations about him, you're not paying attention. I love that you brought up Clarkie. Brant Clark will be on this team at some point in the future as far as I'm concerned. And I think he should be in conversations. You mentioned Colton Parayko with Doug Armstrong. John Cooper, coach of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Here's a guy that I want to fucking talk about. And I actually think that this is an NHL conversation. It's not just a Tampa Bay Lightning conversation. There is a man, Christopher, who is, amongst defensemen in the NHL, 17th in the league with 24 points in 29 games. He's a +5 with 7 tucks, making $925,000 a year. Undrafted, if memory serves, Darren Radish, right shot defenseman for the Tampa Bay Lightning, is having a phenomenal fucking year for this group. And I'm like, dude, with the right shot defense situation, I don't think Darren Radish is making this team. I'm not even entirely sure that he is in a conversation. But he had 6 goals, 33 points 2 years ago, 6 goals, 37 points last year, and he currently has 7 goals, 24 points in 29 games this year. 29 years old, like just playing out of his mind. And I just wanted to give him a quick pat on the back, quick double wrister, because I'm like, good for fucking you, dude. Like, this is, he's playing fucking phenomenally. And I'm sure he's one of those guys that's looking around, because, like, it's not like he's like a random old that's like, oh, no, like, I'm not that.
Yeah.
Dude, back-to-back years over 33 points, I'm like, as a defenseman, I'm like, yeah, that guy, pay attention to him. Like, he's good.
Take that all day.
Take that all day. So it is time to talk about Evan Bouchard. Evan Bouchard is a great fucking hockey player. Don't get it twisted.
Insane that he's not on the team.
He's going to be on the team. I want everyone to know that. I want everyone to be very aware of that. In my opinion, Evan Bouchard's value is his offensive game, and I believe it stops there. Evan Bouchard has a mixtape every season of himself getting fucking turned inside out like a fitted sheet, or being so out of position you wonder if he's even on the ice or in the stand and somehow climbed over the glass. And when you have Cale Makar, Jacob Chikrin, Josh Morrissey, guys like this on your decor, there's a part of me that's like, I don't need this dude who's potentially going to be such a significant defensive liability when it comes to the Olympics. And again, he is on the team, but I am presenting an opportunity where it's like, maybe, dude, you actually get guys who are fucking great at defense, because you are going to go up against really strong offensive groups like the USA, like Sweden. And I'm like, dude, I don't know, man. Like,
and he's not playing power play. Cale is playing power play.
It's like
you are not out there.
Yeah, like what is Bush? I think Bush is third in the NHL in defenseman for points right now, behind Werenski and Makar. And again, like, here we go again. He's got like 33 points and 30. He's going to have another like 70-point year. He's amazing at offense. But I always ask the question, put any of these dudes on a team with Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl on the power play, and tell me that they're not getting close to that point production, if not more. So
yeah, right.
That is where I'm just like, I don't know, dude. When you are this spoiled with riches with offensive defensemen, maybe you grab a guy who's fucking great at defense. Maybe is my only point.
Dude, I didn't pick him for that exact reason. So he's not your last guy. Who is it?
My last guy is going to be either Thomas Harley or him. Like, it's
Bouchard.
him.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, Bouchard is so fucking good at offense, dude. Like, even with this dumb stance that I'm taking, actually, it's not dumb. This real stance, but I'm overthinking its stance. He's still probably on the team, but I'm telling you that is worth considering.
Yep. Okay. I like it. Now we go to goalies. Canada's Achilles heel, kind of.
Goalies, I'm going to rip through mine, because to me it's not even a question, and there is one question that I know you will bring up, and you can debate it with me. Logan Thompson, number 1, Darcy Kemper, number 2, Mackenzie Blackwood, number 3 for me.
Logan Thompson is 1,000% not only on the team, but also my starter, and it's collusion.
It's insulting. It's insulting to have a conversation otherwise.
Dude, it actually makes you look bad. No, I'm not kidding. Like this,
Correct.
This, whatever you want to call it, everyone's being like, oh, there's no controversy, all this bullshit. If the people in charge of the staff of Team Canada will not start your best goalie by a mile, you should be embarrassed. I don't want to get in trouble here, but what? I don't even know what we're talking about. You need to play the goalie who's leading the league and everything.
Yeah, it's just confusing. Goalie. It's just confusing.
Whatever fucking history or not that you have with anyone, if I'm a Canadian hockey fan, I'm fuming mad if Logan Thompson isn't the starting goalie. Insane. I believe this is what I know you were talking about. I believe Jordan Binnington is 100% on this team. I don't think he should be on this team because of his only because of his play this year. And you made a good point a little while ago of, I don't know if I want Binner on the team in a backup role because he doesn't have that mentality. Or, Binner's so good as a starter, as a cocky starter. I think if you put him in a backup role, it might not mesh that well. Yeah. However, maybe your argument is, well, I need him there because he's a big game guy. He did this in the Cup. He did this at Four Nations. And if either he starts or someone gets hurt, and I want a Jordan Binnington waiting in the wings, fine. I just think Team Canada, Hockey Canada, is drunk on Jordan Binnington and all the big game shit, and he's making this team. Again, I don't think he should be on the team. I think he's making it, which means you have a very hard conversation between a Mackenzie Blackwood and a Darcy Kemper. I'm going Mackenzie Blackwood as my 3, which is really unfair to Kemper. He was a Vezina finalist last year. He's been very good this year. Mackenzie Blackwood is on a better team this year, which is not anyone's fault. That's not Darcy Kemper's fault. Darcy Kemper has their numbers are kind of split. Like Kemper's got a better goals against, worse save percentage, but they're right there. They're both near the top of the league and awesome. I'm literally splitting hairs, and I just think they are going to take Mackenzie Blackwood. And I'll finish. So my 3 are Logan Thompson, Jordan Binnington, Mackenzie Blackwood, and I will unfairly cut Darcy Kemper. And I will add, literally, what they should do is take Logan Thompson, Mackenzie Blackwood, and Scott Wedgwood. Like, those should be the 3 goalies, but they will never take both Av goalies. They won't. And it's insane that we all legitimately thought Wedgwood would be on this team before he got hurt, and now it's Blackwood. And I'm like, man, what a fucking swing that was. But if I was picking Team Canada, I would straight up take the 2 Avalanche goalies and Logan Thompson and be thrilled about it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really argue you. I mean, my argument would be Darcy Kemper is actually Avalanche goalie as well and a Stanley Cup winning goalie, so you should put some specky on his name.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah,
take all 3. Leave LT home. Take all 3 Avs goalies.
Dude, Darcy, I mean, you can't ignore the fact that the Kings could be in a very fucking ugly spot right now if not for Darcy Kemper.
Oh, you're damn right.
So
you're damn right.
I am like LT is such an obvious first pick. Truly, Chris, for me, Darcy is such an obvious second pick. Like it's if you're watching these games, and people know we're watching a lot of these Kings games, it's obvious to pick this guy. So that's to me the easy one too. If you want to bring Binner for pedigree, which I totally understand,
because of Binner.
You think Darcy gets screwed because of Binner?
Yep.
I
think they take Blackwood. I think they take Blackwood, Binner, and LT.
That is absolutely crazy to me that you think the Woods are like one of the Woods is a lock over Kemper. But respect. That's the beauty of this show. Okay, those are our Team Canada roster predictions. Debate the madness. Get in on the fun. Let's take a quick ad break, and then we will get into Episode 5, Heated Rivalry Review.
Oh, baby, Christmas is here. It is right around the corner. And good news, everybody. It has never been easier to shop for the holidays if you're a hockey fan because the hockey holiday selection on Bauer.com is elite. It is absolutely insane, actually. It is the perfect destination. It's going to help you find the perfect gift for every type of hockey lover in your life. Player, parent, kid, fan, does not matter. There are guides that feature everything from the top of the line high-performance gear to the under $100 accessories, stocking stuffers, whatever you need. Plus, they've got custom sticks, custom skates, holiday delivery cutoff dates. You are going to be dialed in. It's going to be perfect because you are going to find the perfect gifts, everything custom, unforgettable. You're going to save more to give better gifts. They're stress-free. They make it so easy. It's stress-free shopping. They got free shipping on over $99 orders, extended returns, digital gift cards. Makes it worry-free. And they've got this Bauer stick and Bauer skate buying guide that helps shoppers confidently choose the right gear. So if you're not really sure what to get, you can go to Bauer.com, find the thing that you need, and it'll tell you exactly how you do it. So it's easy. So make your holiday stress-free with curated gifts, savings, and custom gear. Give the gift of hockey this season. Visit Bauer.com, check out their holiday gift guides, and find the perfect gift for the hockey lovers.
It is time to talk about our favorite new sponsor of the pod, Lucy. Lucy is always giving you the best, most satisfying nicotine experience in the world, brought to you by scientists, always delivered tobacco-free, fantastic flavors, always truly the best experience you could ever imagine. My favorite thing about Lucy is the flavors and, frankly, the milligram breakdown. They got 4 if you want to keep it light. It goes up to 8, goes up to 12, and I'm telling you guys, the flavors are out of this world. They've got the wintergreen. They've got the mint if you want to keep it nice and fresh there. It's beautiful. Me, myself, right now, I'm dabbling in the espresso. I'm not a coffee drinker, but I'll tell you what. I wake up, I hit the gym, and then I walk to work. I throw in one of the espresso pouches. It's fantastic. If you want to put in one of the breakers, snap that little flavor booster, get a little bit of extra flavor, boom, you got that option as well. They got mango, too. It's fantastic. Lucy is giving you options, folks, not just in the flavors and the milligrams, but also in the use. If you need it for energy, fantastic. You don't want to drink coffee, something like that. You need a little boost, a little pick-me-up. Boom, it's got you there. You need it to focus. Boom, if you're studying, maybe you're in college, something like that. You pop in a pouch. All of a sudden, you're dialed. You're cranking out a paper. I also like it to relax. I pop in a pouch whenever I'm hanging at the house. I've just had dinner. I'm just trying to kick it on the couch, watch some shows, something like that, watching Heated Rivalry. I pop in a pouch, I melt into the couch, and I just chill. It's fantastic. Whatever you need, Lucy has you covered. So what we're going to do is we're going to level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. You're going to go to lucy.co, that's co, not com, .co/Friday, and you're going to use promo code Friday to get 20% off your first order. Lucy has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. Again, that is lucy.co. You're going to use that promo code Friday to get 20% off. And here is the fine print that you need to know. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every customer is age verified. This is a product that contains nicotine, and nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Welcome back, and before we get to the Heated Rivalry episode 5 breakdown, episode
yes,
5, we just got to say, because this episode's coming out on the 23rd, and you're not going to hear from us again until after World Junior starts. And what a sick tournament. I hope you are as fired up as we are for it. It's in Minneapolis, St. Petersburg this year, which is extra cool. We're going to have a ton of friends in attendance. It's going to be electric. And the storyline, obviously, is USA's run of dominance and Team Canada's quite embarrassing, frankly, early exits from this tournament. Everyone Canada looking to right that wrong. USA looking to step on throats. A lot of friends of the program going to be there. James Hagan's going to be there. Cole Eiserman going to be there. Cole Hudson going to be there. And then I know you got eyes on Will Horkoff, Dan, Teddy Stiga. Stacked U.S. team, frankly, ready to make some real waves. But, buddy, if you're Canada and you're going, we got to fix this shit, and then you parade out a first line of Gavin McKenna, Michael Misa, and Porter Martone. I mean, what in the actual fuck are you talking about, dude?
Jesus,
but hey,
dude.
A lot of pressure, though. A lot of pressure on those boys to get this done.
100%. I think there's a lot of pressure on USA, though, too. I mean, we're playing on home turf, baby. We're playing in fucking...
Yep.
We're playing in the state of hockey in Minnesota.
Yeah.
You're defending gold. We've been talking so much smack, so much shit. The way Ryan Leonard led that team beacon the whole way to that gold medal, there's a target on the back of the U.S. boys, and you know that they want to bring it home. So we've got a couple of nations. And listen, don't count anyone else out. We're not doing that. But obviously there's the rivalry between USA and Canada, and it has been a high tension topic in Canada, how the World Junior team and situation has been handled. So, dude, you got two groups here that desperately want to win gold, no doubt.
And man, I will say this. Gavin McKenna, there's been a lot of fucking talk online about like, oh, he hasn't been as dominant at Penn State as we thought. Has his draft stock taken a hit? I don't think so at all. I think he's 100% going one. And I've talked to a lot of scouts who have been like, dude, he's actually so nasty. He hasn't quite asserted himself in college, but he's so good. This is not an issue. And I would love to talk to him in private to be like, how has this been for you? Do you regret it? Do you wish you were lighting up juniors instead of, having the season you're having at Penn State? Or is this good for your game? What do you think? I don't know the answer to that question, but I do think he is looking at this tournament as a huge opportunity to flex and go, yeah, Penn State's tough. I'm playing against these older guys, but this is World Juniors. We're all the same age. Watch me fucking light this tournament up and take Canada back to the top on U.S. soil, win gold, and be like, I am the one, dude, and watch me. And I know he's putting a lot of pressure on himself, but I know he's ready for that pressure, and I am super pumped. I hope we bury him, obviously, but I am super pumped to watch him, and I'm rooting for him. Just as a hockey fan, as a special talent in the future of this league, I'm hoping he puts on a show.
Me too, man. It's like, it's just these are kind of the undeniable things with some of these guys. But listen, if you're listening to this right now and you haven't dialed into the World Juniors tournament just yet, do it. I'm always going to be that Boxing Day biatch that's just watching European football. But if you don't think that I have switched up my routine and included the World Juniors, you're kidding yourself. So dial in as well because it's fantastic.
Sick. Okay, let's kick it to Heated Rivalry, and then we'll see for some games.
Babes, we are back. We are horned up, and we are going deep into episode 5 of Heated Rivalry. Some are saying one of the greatest television episodes in the history of the medium. Holy shit. My emotions are an absolute puddle.
Oh my fucking God. Dude, I cannot believe I ever said any of these episodes were good before this one. I cannot believe I thought I enjoyed television before I saw this episode. I am in shock. I am in shambles. I don't even know what to say. This is insane.
There are just so many different moments that we can people told us we were going to cry, but I don't even know which part they were talking about because there are many. And I feel like I've been hit by a freight train of romance, heartbreak, and horniness. And I'm toast. I'm absolute toast.
The amount of all caps in my notes doc for this
know.
episode is fucking is actually, it's not insane at all. It's perfect. This is the perfect amount of all caps, and it's a lot.
Sean, you've been through a whirlwind over the last day and a half, and then you also had to watch this episode. Are you okay?
I have been through a whirlwind the last day and a half, and this episode was definitely the cherry on top for it. I do have a funny story that I didn't tell you guys off air because I was waiting to tell you on air.
Oh my
if
God.
You're ready to hear it.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So for the audience, yesterday we were supposed to record this yesterday, and I was moving apartments, and my U-Haul broke down, and I needed to get a tow for my U-Haul, and so the tow truck driver came. And I get into the cab with the tow truck driver, but this was already messing with my schedule. I had to wait a couple hours for the tow truck driver, so I was like, well, I have to watch it at some point because we were supposed to record this yesterday. So I started watching episode 5 on my phone in the cab next to him, and the whole time I was like shouldered up against the door just in case a sex scene came on, and you kind of feel when they're about to happen. But I just didn't want this guy to think that I was watching porn next to him. But then he was he asked, "Hey, what are you watching?" And I was like, "I'm watching this new hockey show." And I was like, I don't want to spoil anything. Because it's like, it's about interpersonal dramas and relationships, and that's kind of like the public persona versus like the private personas and everything else. Because I want him to have the same experience that I had, where he gets to the shower scene in episode 1.
Well
they're
done.
just cracking stick.
Yep.
And so, shout out Joey. If you're watching this now, I got you.
It means you caught up. It means he's caught up too, Sean.
It means he's
watching
caught up
this
real
now.
quick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He knows what it's about now at this
He knows
point.
what it's about now, and I'm sure he's loving it as much as we are.
I know that you had AirPods in, but in my dream, when I think about this story, you were watching it in the cab next to the driver with the full volume coming out of your phone, and he is like, "What in the fuck is happening?"
Oh,
That
Jesus.
is fucking awesome.
I feel like the move is going into any situation like this and being like this. I'm watching Heated Rivalry, folks.
Yeah.
Everyone just know what's going on. And they're like, yep, hey, so are we. So are we.
I'm about to get on a plane now back to Ireland, and I gotta watch the next episode when that comes out.
Yep.
So I think it'll be done when I'm
you're
finished
lucky
flying.
you'll be home. You'll be home by
Yeah, I'll
then.
be home for it, so I won't have to. I don't have to make that announcement to everybody on the plane.
Yeah.
But what I need you to do is go down to a pub when you get to Ireland and ask them to turn it on there. You're gonna have a whole watch party. It's gonna, those shots of people watching like footy matches and everyone's going crazy, beers flying everywhere.
Yeah.
That's gonna be watching the finale of Heated Rivalry. It's gonna be incredible. Okay, boys. Let me Sherpa us through episode 5, which was a whirlwind and also wastes no time in getting into the intensity of this episode. So we start with Shane waking up with Rose in bed, and Shane immediately apologizes to Rose. So sounds like he couldn't get it up. So we're getting instant moments here of things aren't really going well as far as the intimacy, romance element of these two's relationships, whereas elsewhere, the relationship is absolutely lovely.
Do you think
By
that
the
has
way,
ever happened to ScarJo?
Okay, so a few things here. Number one, no. Number two, I don't know if you guys noticed, but later in this episode...
Yes, dude. Yes, there's a lot of comments about this, too. This is amazing.
Later in this episode, Rose is in a makeup chair for one of her projects, and she mentions being a changeling, and she's getting this makeup on, and it looks like Mystique from X-Men, so it's got to be J-Law. J-Law is the reference point here of Rose.
I
can't believe we
didn't
thought-
get that. Yeah,
Yeah,
Sean.
I couldn't believe we couldn't get it. That we thought X Squad. Oh, it's got to be the Avengers, right?
Yeah.
It's hilarious. Of course it was X-Men. And then when I saw I saw the paint, and I was like, oh, she's Mystique. And then there's a lot of comments being like, she's Mystique. And then just like her arc sounded like J-Law. The more I looked back, I was like, the movie she said she had done, I was like, oh, she's fucking J-Law. God damn it. And
Yeah.
that tracks to me, dude. More than, I actually really, that recentered her a lot in my mind more than
I
maybe
know, man.
ScarJo.
And also, just like there's all these the Easter eggs are getting me as horny as the sex scenes. And so I found one. Rose, right, is like the symbol of love.
Yep.
But Lily, which is the nickname for Elia, is the symbol of everlasting love.
Oh my God.
I
So-
didn't even notice that. That's crazy.
It's unbelievable. So
I also wrote, and this, don't yell at me yet because I have a response to this later. But
Okay,
I just want you
okay.
to know what I was feeling in real time. In this opening scene, even before Shane apologizes, just seeing her there, I wrote, my first note is, I hate Rose so much, and it's not her fault at all, but I do. And it's just because I love the boys so much. And
thank you, God, for your caveat.
Yes. So I have a
Because
follow-up note, obviously, but I just wanted you to know that that's what I was feeling as the episode faded in. That was my first emotion.
Okay.
I will come back to this.
Okay. All right. So Shane apologizes. Like I said, sounds like he had some trouble performing in the bedroom. We see that the two of them are trending all over Twitter. They are like the new hot couple. Then also on the internet, we get another man in the crease, that son of a bitch, stealing our thunder. He's talking about the big All-Star game coming up in Tampa. Huge deal, and we have not yet seen Shane and Ilya playing on the same team, and that is going to be a major, major focal point of this game. Also, our boy Scott gets one of the most terrible ricochet shots since the city of Buffalo,
I could not believe this, Dan.
where he goes, is Scott going to fall apart in the middle of the season like he always does? Like, oh, my
Hey,
God, dude.
that's
Relax,
Captain
man, in the
America.
crease.
That's Captain America, you pieces of shit. This is the second time they've absolutely sewered our country's best player, dude. They're like this, Scott Hunter sucks. And I'm
Absolute-
like, you fucking suck, dude.
Yeah, absolute bullshit. And I can't wait for episode 6 to hear what Man in the Crease has to say after Scott Hunter shoved it up his hoop and wins a cup at the end of this episode. So get fucked, pal.
One great line, too, Dan, right before that is at the airport, the Boston boys. You know Rosie's boy on the team? Like, I
Yes.
don't know his name.
Yeah.
When he goes, get any sleep last night, pal?
Yeah.
Hey? And then Rosie goes like, no, because he just lies. He doesn't go, he was fucking snapping one off in the shower by himself. So he just goes, yeah, I didn't get much sleep. And the guy
Yeah.
goes, you're a fucking beautician. And I was like, that was really good. That is
The
exactly.
the beautician line made. I was like, whoa,
Same.
whoa! We got to get a little bit of hockey lingo coming on here. Incredible. So we get all this buzz for the All-Star game, and then bang, Shane and Rose get together. They're talking. They're having dinner at a restaurant. They're talking. Immediately, Rose brings up Miles. She's like, "Did you notice were antennas up for you guys instantly?"
No. Oh, my God. I was fucking blindsided. What'd you think, Sean?
Well, she says like, "Oh, you noticed that Miles is gay, right?" And I'm like, "How did he not?" He
that's
was.
what I wrote.
Miles was like, they were like,
Question. I was like, are you insane?
He
There
was,
was the-
sucking on your neck, sir.
it was. So that kind of caught me off guard, and I think it's like Shane being, like people have been saying in the comments, people tend to, when they're closeted, tend to overcompensate a little bit. And I think he was overcompensating, being like,
Yep.
Miles, who I didn't notice.
100%.
So yeah, that was an interesting reaction, and it also was when Rose says, "Are there any gay hockey players?" And all I could think was like, fucking all the ones that we know. in this show. It's
Actually, three captains in the league.
yeah. It's like a requirement to be a captain in this universe is that you have to be gay. So that was also interesting. I felt like for a moment Rose was like an audience member who just kind of like chimed in for a little bit, trying to edge information out of Shane, because it was like she had the insider perspective. It was so obvious.
I will say, however, we've been calling out people for being kings in this universe. I want to call out a queen here, because while Elia is a consent, and so is Scott, a consent king, I think Rose is a delicacy queen, because the way that Rose approaches this is so sweet and so kind. Like, I love how she's like, oh yeah, did you notice Miles? Like, did you notice Miles is gay? And she talks about people in the theater world and actors, and she even goes on to say, like, a lot of actors, like, they don't say it, that you don't know. And when she then is like, is anyone open in Major League Hockey? It was just such a like sweet approach to her then going, Shane, I think that you're gay. Like, I think you would rather be kissing Miles. And when she says it's okay and Shane goes, it's not, I was immediately dead. Like, this was my first I'm dead moment of the episode, because Shane didn't say it's not because he was being like, I'm not gay. He was saying it's not okay because he was like, it's not okay. I can't come out. I can't be myself. Like, the vulnerability in this scene and in this conversation was so incredible and only exists because of how lovely and delicate Rose is. It was unbelievable.
Yes, Dan, I didn't pick up. So, Sean, I was the same thing. I was like, you didn't know Miles is gay? And then I go, I feel like she would know there are no openly gay players if she's as dialed as she was last step with, like, my brother's in the AHL and blah, blah. But then she goes, I feel like I'm going about this the wrong way. That's finally when it hit me, Dan, where I was like, oh. And I put, here's my first all caps of the episode. No fucking way is she about to call out Halsey. Holy fuck.
Oh, dude.
And then
my antennas have been dialed in this show. Like, the second they started talking, I was like, oh my God, she knows.
So, and dude, I wrote, the next two notes are, I'm kind of shocked he's not denying this, but loving so much that he isn't. Just like you said, where I was expecting all the walls, all the shields. But it was the first time I was like, oh man, maybe he has a real connection with Rose that he's willing to talk. And then my next note is, I literally cannot believe I said I hate Rose at the top of this episode. I fucking love her so much.
Attaboy. Attaboy.
I was like, I will literally die for Rose, dude. This is insane. That was majestic, that conversation.
I do think it was like a masterclass in how to approach that topic if you're in that incredibly difficult situation.
Yeah.
But also the decision to have the conversation in public was wild, especially for celebrities.
I know.
Where I'm like, everyone there is going to be recognizing you, and then, you know, like we've said before, Shane's like very selectively private about like, oh, this is too scary, too sketchy. But then in situations like this, he's just like admitting it for the first time ever to somebody in public. So it's kind of the same thing. For as good as she is at like how delicately she's approaching the situation, she also did it in a cheesecake factory, which was kind of a little bit wild.
Dude.
Well, hold on. We'll get to that, John, because I want to say again, I talked about the scene, I believe in episode 2, where Shane is watching Ilya win the cup, and I talked about Shane's physical acting. I'm doing it again here. The physical acting when Rose simply asks, have you been with a guy? And he just nods. And then she goes, have you told anyone?
Yeah.
And he then shakes his head, and like there's a little tear in his eye. You're just like, oh my God. So seeing him admit it and saying that it was better when she's like, was it better with a guy? And he goes, of course. Like, you could feel the relief in his voice, being like, I'm telling someone this. Like, this is unbelievable. And, like, the connection they had was amazing. And I got to say, when he says, I prefer being a hole rather than a peg, are you fucking kidding me?
That is an all-timer. That was amazing.
And you know what? When she makes that reference earlier, I was like, I hope they bring that back somehow. And they brought it back in the best way ever. So that moment, just crazy good. Loved it, loved it, loved it. And as I said, like, we've got another GOAT here in Rose. Like, when they're out on the street and Rose is like, let's be best friends. And I mean that. Like, or she's like, let's be friends. And I'm not saying like, oh, let's keep in touch. She's like, let's be best friends. Like, I thought that was lovely because if you are in a relationship, what you think is a hetero relationship, and then it turns out one person is gay, sometimes that can lead to heartbreak and anger and frustration. And this was just total understanding. And also, I loved how Shane was like, I love being with you. I love chatting with you. I love hanging with you. That was a cool moment for her of being like, me too. And I'd love to just continue to be awesome friends with you. And I'm glad we get that later in the episode. But that was just an amazing moment. And as they part, the only things I need to talk about are, and again, guys, we are allowed to love this show and also point out little funny moments. Sean, you said, this felt like a pretty public restaurant, and this presumably is, downtown Montreal, and Rose, a.k.a. Jennifer Lawrence, and the peak of X-Men, running into a RAV4 Uber.
The same thing. I can't believe you flagged that. It's
absolutely floored me because it's like wow, she's a woman of the people. Absolutely love it, but more so the fact that not a single person on the street, not a single pap on the street, getting the hottest couple in the celebrity world right now, leaving this restaurant,
which have been paparazzi to death everywhere already.
I know.
Via
I was like,
their Twitter, oh, dude, I wrote
Insane.
no Uber Black for fucking J-Law. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I did appreciate in the background of a lot of those dinner shots, the tables were kind of empty because I had the same note, Sean, where I was like, are you shitting me, dude? Lower your voice, madam. This is an insane conversation.
Chill.
But at least they were doing that, or at least it looked semi-empty. And then I also had when she goes, have you ever been with another guy? You're watching incredible physical acting from Shane Dan, and then the intercuts to moments with Rosie.
Dude, in the specific moments, they cut to, I believe it's when she asks, have you ever been with a guy? And it immediately, or maybe it was it better with a guy? And it cuts to just Ilya in the shower looking at him.
Yeah.
Didn't even cut to, you know why that was so brilliant? It didn't cut to montages or scenes of the sex scenes or anything like that. It cut to a Shane POV.
Yes.
That was literally Shane's mind and memory of looking right at him.
And
so we were
opinion,
in Shane's mind there. That was beautiful.
There's implication in the question, meaning what is it better with the guy, meaning the sex, but what he thinks about is it, the relationship, it, the feeling. It, how, and I was like, oh, dude. I literally was like, this is the most romantic thing I've ever seen in this show. That was fucking awesome, dude. That fired me up.
Absolutely.
So good. So Rose joins the Hall of Goats of this show. And then immediately the next scene, we get another one of our goats. We see Ilya in bed with Svetlana. And they're just hanging out there watching hockey. She's breaking down teams. Chris, you must be dying.
Svetlana is a literal goddess.
Oh, my God, man.
I have never seen anything like this on television, dude. Svetlana is a literal goddess, and she needs a job in play-by-play. She needs to be an announcer.
Get her in the scouting department. I get her on a team.
Oh, my God, dude.
But they're suing some dude named Matheson, how he's terrible. It's just great. They're just breaking down the game, talking about it, and then they start talking about the All-Star game. She brings up Hollander. She brings up how Shane is beautiful, how he's amazing. And then she also, like Man in the Crease, is like, dude, you guys playing together, that could be amazing. And Ilya says he can't play wing, and she goes, but you can.
He goes, you have him center me.
And the way his fake outrage with her and jumping on her, there's a couple things. One, I actually really love, and maybe I'm too deep in the show now. How last episode I was saying I'm like, is everyone gay? Does everyone know everyone is gay? I also think everything is an innuendo, and I kind of like how she mentions Shane can't play wing, but Ilya can. I kind of see that how Shane is,
nice.
Shane's gay, but Ilya kind of swings both ways, does everything. I liked that. But the way Ilya is with Svetlana shows a safety and comfortability in him we don't see in any other scene in the show. And that moment of jumping on her in bed was just great writing. It was great acting. And I just we're so invested in these guys now. And I'm sitting here watching this show, watching Ilya be comfortable, and I was just so happy in that moment. I was like, oh man, these two. I am desperate for the hopeless romance that is Shane and Ilya, but maybe not hopeless. And yet I'm also sitting here being like, Mary Svetlana, God, you guys are like this.
But don't, because I need to.
Like
please, no.
save her for Chris, please.
There was one great line during that interaction as well, where she says, "Oh, you started smoking again."
Yeah,
And I was like, does that imply that he stopped during the period of time that he was, him and Shane were strongest, and then started again because of this
like that,
Rose
dude.
situation?
that is, I have that written down right here, and I think so, because remember that scene where Shane is like, you taste like cigarettes.
Yeah.
Oh,
And Elia's like, yeah, I had one or something, and I was like, oh, I think Elia stopped smoking for Shane, and
Yeah.
that is fucking hot. Could you giving up cigarettes?
You know how hard that
for
is?
someone? Good God, incredible. So we get both of those great moments with the boys and their respective girls, if you will. Now they meet at the bar in Tampa. Shane orders a beer. Chris
And Dan, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not
Chris?
going to say anything, Dan. But Shane
Shane-
ordered a beer mid-season, and
Yep.
I'm not going to say anything. But enjoy that Corona, Shane.
Yep. So immediately here, we've seen Elia a lot looking at Twitter reactions and stuff like that about how Shane and Rose have this big romance. Eli's being a little shitty to him. He's being a little standoffish, kind of giving him the cold shoulder, but then he keeps asking if he brought anyone in. Shane kind of dodges it. He talks about his parents, doesn't really mention Rose. Now they're being a little bit flirty, and then Rosie tells Shane that he looks pretty. And when Shane goes, "Can I tell you something? You promised not to make fun of me." Again, something about that question was just so cute. It was so Shane. Like, he's just so vulnerable with Rosie all the time. But then he says he hired a stylist. And they laugh. There's a couple of nice digs. Rosie brings up Rose Landry. And Shane is like, has nothing to do with her. He says he just wanted to look nice, didn't want to look like he was working out all the time. But then Shane says they're not dating anymore. And says that they weren't compatible.
Yep.
Now they're like, we're facing each other. Like, Elia's totally dialed back in.
Yeah.
So then we're still at the pool. Elia is like playing with a bunch of kids in the pool, and it's intercutting with Shane and Elia playing in a lot of great intercut scenes in this show.
Yes.
Really good at transitioning. And that's another innuendo for you, folks. Like, the way that they transition from scene to scene in the show with a lot of intercut stuff is just so brilliant, so amazing.
Rosie is so good with kids that it melted me. Like, watching him be
dude.
like, all right, we're racing one more time. And I wrote, he's giving Despicable Me with with the way he sounds. Like, he's like reading bedtime stories to kids in that accent.
100%.
I was like, oh my God, he's literally Despicable Me. He's Gru. I guess it's incredible.
100%. And I mean, dude, like I said, the way they transition positions in bed is the way they transition these scenes, and we get them buzzing in the All-Star game. They hook up for a point. Thought they were going to kiss on the ice.
That was crazy.
Like, they hook up for a point, the sick pass, the sick goal. I was just like, oh, fuck it. Let's go, boys. This is fantastic. So I do want to say another moment of, like, what hotel are they at?
Yeah.
It's like, presumably all the other MLH stars are there, but they're just like, they're at a Courtyard Marriott playing with kids, and we get to fall in love with how good Rosie is with kids. Love it. And then we get a good moment of them sitting on the beach together, sunset alone on the beach in Tampa. If that ain't romance, I don't know
Dude,
what is.
what a shot that was. God,
What
that
a
was
shot.
amazing.
Shout out Tampa, too. And they chat, and Shane asks what room he's in. Okay, boys. Fun's over.
Yes,
Because now we are just in heartbreak city / romance city. Shane is sitting there waiting to have a very real chat. And Elia is like, this seems serious.
Yeah.
And it is. And Shane asks Elia if he's feeling it. And Elia kind of is like, what are you talking about, Hollander? Elia is avoiding the situation.
I was mad at him here, dude. That was like the first time I've ever been mad at
dude,
Rosie.
you got to understand. And he gets into it. But Shane immediately apologizes for running away after their last hookup. So glad that we addressed that. He was like, dude, I freaked out, and I'm sorry. And he's like, I think I'm gay, but you're not. Like, you're not gay. And, like, this is, like, what the fuck? And I loved how remember when we were talking about what their last episode, what their situation is, and we were like, it feels like a business transaction. Ilya kind of like calls that out here.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, we play, we meet up, we fuck, and that's good. That's it. And he says that their situation is easy for him, and Shane, that's when Shane comes out, and he's like, I think I'm gay. And he's like, it's not simple for me, dude. It's not. And then when he talks about their last hookup, he goes, the last time we were together, it was nice. Dude. Like that, the use of the word nice was so fucking innocent and beautiful, and such a first step in being like, you don't necessarily want to put all your cards on the table and say I love you, but like just saying nice was, I'm literally gonna cry right now. Saying nice was just such a specific choice, and it was so Shane.
I loved when he first goes, I think I'm gay. And Rosie goes, oh yeah? What makes you say that?
That was also so Rosie.
Like,
He's like, what gives you that idea? Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was like the perfect mixture of like, because I got two immediate reactions. Was one, it was like funny after a decade of us watching him have sex. We're like, well, you're definitely gay somewhere.
Yeah,
like it's definitely somewhere on the spectrum. But but then it's also like really kind of has like a sad undertone, because it's like he's forced to recognize the thing that he's kind of been like, keeping deep down inside. And like kind of refusing to acknowledge it. But it's nice because he's like across the episode, both with Rosie and with Rose, it's like, it's nice that he's actually able to like talk about this now with people.
Yes.
He's actually has outlets now, which because for the longest time he's been just like stifled with his parents and brand deals and everything else. It's nice that he's actually able to take some time to really sort of like reflect on things with people and not just have to delete texts alone.
Yeah. Dude, I want to shout out the comments on last episode, something that we didn't catch, the ginger ale obsession.
Yeah.
That a lot of the people in the comments pointed out that this poor guy, Shane, going everywhere asking for ginger ales, and he can't. The only place he gets one is with Ilya.
Yeah, that's sick.
And that's amazing. And I wanted to point out here, I don't know if you guys, obviously there's more to this episode, but this was the first episode where we get no sex. There is presumably sex in it, but they don't show it because that's not what this episode is about. This episode is about emotions, letting the love and the emotions come out. It's not about sex. And I think it's for the first time where it hasn't been about sex for these guys. Like, this is now about their feelings, and the fact that they chose to not show any sex in this episode was fucking incredible.
There was such good, we're going to get to even more of the scene, but a couple things from the beginning of it were I know Rosie's answers were so perfectly him, but I wanted him to give Shane something here because of the last interactions where like he freaked out. Now he's back trying to apologize for the freak out, and Rosie was like not meeting him halfway at all at the beginning, and I was like, bro.
Yeah.
And if you watch the scene again, dude, when Rosie finally sits down next to him, Rosie's right here. Shane's looking at him. He's looking down, but he's like looking at him, and Rosie keeps his eyes, like Shane's over here for him, and he keeps his eyes like this the whole time he's having the conversation because he just can't look at him.
Yep.
And I was like, oh man, this is like, I now see why you're not meeting him halfway, because this means something to you too, which we always knew, but it was cool to see it exploding through in this moment.
Yeah.
And I really like that convo because I had asked last episode if you would be mad. Shane plays it cool when Rosie's like, I bang girls. And he's like, yeah, I know, whatever. But I was like, oh, would you be mad if that happened? And I thought you kind of got an answer here with Shane's line when he was doing the, like, I'm gay thing. And he's like, I don't think you are, but I am. And, and I was like, oh, wow. Yeah, like, I think that does, it impacts it a lot, right? If you're like, I am all the way gay and you aren't.
100%. So after he says it was nice, he says, it felt like we were something. And Ilya says they can't be something, but Shane then asks if he would want to, if they could. And we get really the first here, Ilya to Shane talking about, being interested in guys, loving guys, having sex with guys, and how it affects him in Russia. And he says, he's like, I couldn't go home to Russia. If anyone knew about this, I could never go home. He talks about how his dad is police, his brother's police, his mother is dead. We get that for the first time. And we said it looks like his dad is sick last episode, and here he tells them that he has dementia. And Ilya gets emotional. first time we've really seen Ilya be emotional in front of Shane, and Shane instant reaction is to get up, straddle him in a comforting, like, really consoling him way, kisses him and just comforts him, and Ilya cries in Shane's arms. Unbelievable, dude.
That question was amazing. Would he said
if we could,
would
he's
you
like,
want to be something if we could?
if we could,
What a
dude,
question, dude. What a
truly,
question.
like, just like the drawbridge of emotions in my heart has been lowered here.
And if Rosie's crying, I'm crying, dude. I got
my
news
God.
for you. So as
Yeah.
soon as he went, I was like, okay, I'm done here.
So
That
it
was
cuts
insane.
to Shane is leaving the hotel room. It looks like they've had sex, and again, that was the first notion of like they're not showing the sex in this one because this is all about heart.
Did you? But I don't know though, dude. Oh, you're right. That is why they did that. But I think I deserved that bang. To be completely honest with you, I feel as though I deserved that bang. This show has never robbed us of anything in the history of the show, and Rosie would have put Shane through the fucking headboard that night.
Disagree.
After that comfort,
That was
I
that
deserved
was
that
slow.
bang.
You don't deserve shit, dude. That was slow and loving, and it was just for them. Okay, we weren't allowed in the
that.
bedroom. No, you don't.
I deserved that.
You not understanding what that sex was like is why you didn't deserve it. So now we're 2 weeks later. Shane is in the hotel in Boston, and Ilya asks him to come over. Shane goes, "We have a game tonight." That was kind of hot. Like he's like, "We're playing tonight, dude.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?" He goes, and we get them in bed, and it's just like, I loved that. I don't know if this is why this scene happened. Shout out to the creators if it is. But I love that we got immediately that scene because I didn't want there to be any like, oh, they had this really emotional, intense conversation and now they're afraid to talk again.
Nice.
Like it,
Yeah.
it honestly felt like to us being like, nope, like they had that conversation and they are good. So like, there we go. But they hook up, they're together. They then play that night. Rosie scores a hat trick, dude. Tells everyone in the locker room they get $1,000 for every goal they score. Then he turns out scores a hat trick.
You motherfuckers owe me $3,000.
Yes. But then the happiness of the win is cut short as he immediately gets a call, answers in Russian, and I think he says, like, "What the fuck do you want?" We then cut to Shane with the boys, and they're hearing on ESPN that Rosie didn't go to Nashville with his team for his next game. He's gone. And everyone's like, oh, fuck, what is going on here? Shane texts him, asks if he's okay. He's calling him. Ilya's not answering.
You like his
It's
voicemail?
like,
Voicemail was
Yeah.
great.
Wasn't
that
that
was
sick
great.
shot? I was
It was
dying.
most on-brand voicemail I've ever
Do you
heard.
think?
Yeah.
Do you think? I wrote to English in his voicemail. Do you think he has another Russian phone? That he has a Russian
Good
voicemail,
question.
or is it like his Russian
Good
friends
question.
getting this English voicemail that they don't even understand?
Yeah. I bet he does have a Russian phone. But then
I hope
again,
so.
we hear later, like, he fucking hates, other than Svetlana, he hates everyone over there. So he probably
Yeah,
doesn't
there's
have a
nothing
Russian
in
phone.
there's nothing in Russia for him, so he
Exactly.
probably doesn't. It's probably just
Yeah.
an English voicemail. Yeah.
I like it then. Okay, I'm in.
So Ilya FaceTimes Shane later eventually, and they're flirting a little bit. Over the glasses. He loves the glasses. Loves the glasses. He keeps being like, put those glasses back on. He tells him that his dad has passed. Brutal stuff, but they're chatting. Shane's doing his best to, kind of console him. And he's like, I wish I could help. And he's like, you can take your clothes off. So he does. Ilya does as well.
Have you
Then
seen
just put the
Arrested
glasses back on.
Development? Yeah, have you seen Arrested Development, Sean?
No.
Okay, well, Dan, this I was getting Job with Kitty in this one when he's like this shirt off, glasses on. You know what he's like, hair down, glasses on, hair down. Have we done hair up, glasses off? Oh my God, Ilya loving the glasses, fucking swoon, dude. That was amazing.
Oh, it's incredible. But this to me just another like I said, in the hotel in Tampa, we get that super intense conversation, and then they didn't blue ball us. We immediately get them hooking up in Boston, and now here, after a death in the family, we immediately get a FaceTime where they're being cheeky together, romantic together, but also soft and sweet together. Just, I appreciate it from the writers. Like, we aren't left on red here. We aren't wondering, like, oh, what's their standing? Like, right now, it feels like they're in a relationship. Like, and that was really, really lovely. So now we get what seems to be the funeral dinner, like after, by the way, really quiet dinner. I'm going to need someone to talk, but
It's a sad affair, Dan. Sad affair.
We're in Russia. No one's talking. And we get an interact. Ilya gets up from the dinner table and he goes to what appears to be the bathroom area. And his brother, Alexei, follows him. And this fucking prick, man, I'm like, I don't even know what to say. I'm gonna get too hot here. But he's been hawking Ilya all dinner. He follows him into the bathroom and he starts bitching about what's going to happen to him. He's like, what's going on with me? Like, I'm waiting around for this. I've got a kid. And Ilya's like, fuck stick. I've been paying for your whole life. Go fuck yourself. He throws a hard F word at Ilya, dude. Which I'm like, I'm going to fucking beat your brains in, dude.
I didn't even know he knew.
Then when Svetlana comes in to like ease the situation because she is the GOAT, he then calls her a whore. And at this point, I'm about to jump through the screen, dude.
If he
like,
calls
if Ilya
Svetlana
needs someone
a whore
to
one more time, I will personally kill him. Personally. And I'm talking about the actor. I will personally kill that actor and go to jail in real life if his character calls her a whore one more time. And this has now been recorded. I'm on the hook for this comment. You've heard this. So be careful, writers. You can still edit episode 6 if he does it, if you don't want me to go to jail. But if you do want me to go to jail, then keep the fucking dialogue because that's what's happening.
I'm telling you, man, like this, I loved that they got in a little bit of a tussle here because, again, how amazing is it that we talked about the exterior that Ilya puts up. He gets a horrible personal insult, and he keeps his cool. But then the second Svetlana is insulted, he is like, I'm going to fucking murder you, dude. I am actually going to murder you. That, I was fucking chubbed up when that happened. Because I was like, dude, this guy is just like riding for him. This is amazing.
I literally wrote in my notes when he starts watching Rosie lay down the fucking law with Svetlana in the background watching. I was fully torqued. I was fully torqued
100%.
watching that scene, and I was like, oh my god, this was the I didn't realize what the concoction was in this show for me personally, and it's Rosie screaming at someone with Svetlana in the scene. That's it.
Yes,
just keep doing that, and you've got me bricked for 60 minutes.
Unbelievable. So in this moment, he says that he's going to give Alexei his apartment. He's going to open a trust for his niece, and he's like, she can have that when she's 18, but if you ever fucking touch it, like, we're done, dude, and I'm going to have someone kill you. And he also is like, we're never fucking speaking again, dude. So, like, fuck off.
God, heavy, dude.
So then we see Ilya and Svetlana. This is in the running for my favorite scene in the episode, maybe in the entire show. But he's talking to Svetlana. She is just like consoling him, being there for him as she always is. And he tells her that he loves her. And she is like, I love you too. Obviously, you know that. But you also love Jane. And we've been given nods to how Hayden on Montreal always references Lily. Like he knows that he's texting. And Svetlana always, he's like, this Jane, blah, blah, blah. And then when she says, I hope Jane knows how lucky he is.
Dude.
Holy fuck.
Floored. Absolutely fucking floored.
Floored. And it felt like, we knew that Svetlana knew. I feel like in our hearts, like we know that she knows pretty much everything about him clearly. Like she is his best friend. Like they are in love Or excuse me, they love each other.
Yeah.
Like truly. They care for each other so much. And that moment was just like a beautiful moment of, so obviously it's a newer relationship, but the way Rose was able to let Shane be himself and be like, dude, I want you to be happy and like I want to be your friend. I want you to be able to tell me things. Obviously we felt that Ilya's had this with Svetlana, but this was like that final piece of her being like, I know you better than you know yourself, and I hope you know that you have something special here. And that was just incredible.
Who I thought Svetlana was in Ep 1 compared to who she is now, dude. I thought that the random puck slut that was in his apartment in Ep 1, I didn't realize was the literal GOAT. When Rosie in the scene goes, I don't deserve you, I was like, no one does, bro. No one does. Like, don't sweat it, dude. This is insane. That was fucking awesome.
So Ilya then asks Shane if he can call. He does. He goes into the tunnel where Dudley and Harry were attacked by Dementors in Moscow. Did that not look like the exact same?
That's exactly what it was. You're right.
That's exactly where it was.
Perfect.
And guys, this was for my money. This was the best part of the episode.
This is the best part of the series, right? Like, this is the best scene in the whole series.
And they're chatting. Ilya says, he's like, things are tough. He's like, my brother's the fucking worst. And he says he wishes things could be different. And then Shane says, I have an idea. Why don't you just... Here he goes, I wish I spoke Russian. And Ilya makes a joke. He's like, yeah, it'd probably take you a week. Perfect. Everything, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I have an idea. Why don't you say everything that's on your mind in Russian? I need people in the comments to let us know if this scene is in the books just like this. Because if so, dude, a round of applause I'm giving Rachel Reed. This is just a brilliant and beautiful idea. This is brilliant writing of like two people who have a language that they don't speak, and being like, dude, just say everything you're thinking, and I won't understand it, but you'll be able to get it off your chest. That's absolutely beautiful and brilliant, and this scene was just great. And I'm so
if I'm Shane though, I'm fucking Google Translate like this. Yep.
Yeah,
I was thinking the same thing.
You know what, guys? Because you guys are
Go ahead. Yeah, anything. Say everything. Say all your heart's desires right now, please. Go a little slower, and enunciate, please. I would have.
But then the awkward moment when the Google voice does a little
reads it back.
Sorry, I didn't quite get that.
I'm like, oh, nothing.
Oh, you got a couple of untrustworthy assholes, you two.
Oh my God, Shane, get the robot out there, dude.
So in this moment, Ilya, he says he hates it in Russia. He says there's nothing there for him. He hates how his family and his brother, they all just ask for more from him. The part that fucking crushed me is when he was like, I hate that Alexei took care of my dad and I didn't.
Yes, bro. That was insane.
That was incredible because it was that vulnerable moment of like, he can't tell his dad that he likes guys, but he still loves his dad. Mm-hmm. Like seeing his dad die was crushing for him, and he wanted to be there for him even though he couldn't. And then he says he has no one there except Svetlana, and he says he loves Svetlana, but not as much as he loves him. And he says he loves him so much that he doesn't know what to do with all of it. And it was just our fucking boy, dude. He's just
That's
like
my guy, dude.
The acting was so incredible. I thought again, physical acting from Shane, just the way he had his eyes closed. Mm-hmm. But boys, I cannot tell you how fucking desperately I wanted Shane to respond in Russian in this moment.
I wrote the same note. I can't believe you just said that. Same, dude.
Because they had teed it up. It wouldn't have come out of nowhere. The last episode when Ilya goes, you speak Russian now? And Shane, he's like, oh, I know the word for father. And then, that being Shane's idea would have been a little devious, but also so romantic. If Shane had fucking responded in Russian, and
I just wrote down, I just wanted him to say, I love you too. I love you too in Russian. I watched the end of that. Yep. And Shane going, I love you too in Russian.
Oh my God, dude. I would have fucking deceased. I would have transcended to Valhalla if he had responded in Russian.
The camera to pan from Shane down to a Learning Russian for Dummies book.
Yeah.
Oh, could you imagine?
Sometimes I write notes that I'm like, I don't want the show to do this, but this would be hilarious. Because, dude, this was my favorite moment in this episode, in this series. This was fucking incredible. That speech was perfect. I have two funny comments about the speech, but it was perfect. But I wrote as a joke pitch note that was if this has Rosie giving this and it pans back to Shane, eyes closed, and the camera pans down and he's jerking off, and you're not right now, Shane. Not right now.
That was episode 1 and 2.
Yeah, exactly.
This episode's for the hearts. This episode is for the hearts.
Here were my two notes. I knew he was going to say, when he says I have no one, I knew he was going to say except Svetlana, but I was like, I wanted him to be except you, but he gets to Shane, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you got both.
Yes, I got both. But dude, this I really wanted. He goes, this is all in Russian. He goes, I love her. and she loves me, but, and then there's like a pause. And then he goes, not in that way, I think, or something. But I wanted him to go, I love her, and she loves me, but, and then in English go, not compatible. Because I was like,
fuck me. That would have been good, Chris.
I was like, oh, how did we not hit the not? Because remember he goes, he had to look up.
Yeah, he was like, I looked up
up
what compatible means.
Yeah, so like Shane wouldn't understand in context, but he would he'd just be hearing this Russian and then just hear not compatible, and I was gonna be like, oh, that was because he obviously hears the name Svetlana, like
yes,
that's so he's just Russian, Svetlana, Russian, not compatible.
Dude, we have to write a fan fiction because the writing abilities between you two, perfect. There's so many moments like that. Where you said things where I'm like, oh, that would have been so good if they hadn't had that in the show.
Writing a fan fiction about a TV show based on a fan fiction is Inception levels of TV. We need that.
But dude, fantastic scene and speech.
It was incredible.
Holy hell!
Like it was like truly, it was a watching these episodes, we're taking notes, we're writing stuff down, we're writing jokes, we're writing moments that floored us. This was a close the laptop. I was just, as the kids say, sat.
Dude,
and
some
watching.
of my least amount of notes were in this ep because
100%.
I didn't have time to write
notes.
No,
I was just taking it in, man. Just taking it in.
One of my favorite Rosie lines of all time came at the end of this scene. Do you guys know what I'm going to say?
No.
Literally, this is bag work from Rosie, dude. This might be the funniest he's ever been, and I think he's the best character. He goes, Shane, after all that, and it's beautiful and amazing, and he's like opens his eyes, and Shane says, "I need to learn some Russian," like because he's like, "Oh wow, do you feel better?" And Rosie goes, "Yeah," and Shane goes, "I need to learn some Russian," and Rosie goes, "Only the useful phrase," or one of them says like, "Only the useful phrases." And Rosie goes, harder, please, and yes, sir.
Yeah. That was good. Reverted right back into cheeky Rosie.
Dude, he teaches Shane two things in Russian: harder, please.
Yeah.
And yes, sir. Oh, that was fucking great, dude. That was all time.
Out of this world scene. Now we are back. Ilya makes it back to the States. We're playing again. We're in Boston. Or I don't know if we're in Boston, but the next game is Boston versus Montreal. They meet at center ice. They discuss plans for after. Shane talks to Hayden. He's like, what was that? And he's like, I was just giving him condolences. And I really liked to hear how, he's like, he told me to fuck off or whatever. Another fuck off from Shane. And Hayden's like, what a dick. And he's like, nah, dude, it's an act. Like, it's all just like, he's not that bad. I loved that because like that was kind of our first time to the boys where Shane is cracking a little bit. And he's like, I like that to me was even in that joking setting, Shane was like, I will not stand for people talking negatively about this man. Oh, that was fucking hot. It was awesome. It felt like a nothing moment, but that was fucking hot. Like he's like, nope, dude, like I won't let my teammates speak poorly about him. So they're playing, they're having fun. Shane dangles around Rosie, gives him a look back, and you then see the look on Rosie's face because he sees what's coming. He's like, fuck. Shane gets absolutely bundled. Absolutely bundled on the ice. We get the ears ringing noise, just horrible. Dude, Shane has dual black eyes instantly after that hit.
Bagged up.
I was like, yo, he got fucked
There
up.
was a stretch when it first got to him, I was like, are they about to kill him? Like,
I was actually scared.
Christ.
I was actually scared for a second. I was like, is he going to be in a coma, dude? This is so bad. But Ilya on the ice can't help but show the concern. Like he is, he's skating. Like there's a bit of a tussle. Like, obviously that was well done, by the way. Your star player gets hit. There's obviously going to be a brawl on the ice. Ilya stays out of it, and he just goes to Shane. We hear the announcer going like, you never want to see someone get hit like this. Rosenov showing concern for Hollander. But he's going over there. He's like, fuck. Is he? We even hear him a couple times. He's like, is he okay?
Yeah.
And
the rest like, Rosenov, back to your bench, which was great. I was like, yep, this
very
is what
good.
happened.
Very good.
Yeah.
So Shane's...
the cameras being glued to Rosie, though. I was like, there's a full-on fight happening right now, and the MLH network cameras are glued up on a man just standing on the ice looking at it. I'm like, that would never ever happened.
They just
but-
want the action. No, dude,
Yeah.
Sean, the cameraman, he saw something in there. He saw
something
you
in
know
there,
what?
yeah.
He was like, that's true love. Like something.
They're so
something's
bad
brewing.
at keeping this secret that even the cameraman knew that
yeah.
they were in a relationship.
I actually think that would be so unique
two
that
dating?
I could see a cameraman being like, Jesus, like this, he's fucking Ovi is so
Yeah.
concerned about Cross here. Like that,
And you know what probably
Yeah.
would have happened though, Sean? There would have been a scrum over here, and Rosie would have been by himself, and some Montreal Metro would have come over and suckered him because they would have been like, "What the fuck are you doing?" You know, like he's like, "God damn it, dude!" That's what happened in real life. Fucking Christ.
So Shane speaks to the paramedics, and he's like kind of, he's obviously concussed. He's like mumbling, and he's like talking about his parents. This one I did kind of laugh at. They were like, "Yeah, your coach is gonna call them." I was like, "They're not 12, dude.
Yeah,
like that's
yeah.
like the head coach isn't gonna be calling Shane's parents." But then he's like, "So someone's gonna be worried," and they're like, "Who?" And he's like, "Ilya." Loved that moment. That again, guys. Clearly, Jacob Tierney is a Harry Potter fan because that is some Ron incapacitated saying Hermione's
Yeah,
name.
nice, Dan.
Like,
good,
I mean,
good.
we got a lot of Harry Potter shit going on here.
I was scared there, though. I loved the scene when all said and done, but I was like, please, God, do not let this be the reveal. Like, if they're
Agree.
like, oh, Shane, like, concussed, said, Ilya and I have sex. I was like,
no, I thought it was tastefully done. Like it was, yeah. I was like, oh no, it made us all worry, but like, yeah, they didn't reveal it like that. And then we get another one though, Chris. We're in the hospital. Ilya comes to see him in the hospital. Love that move, love that gesture, because also that would be a sick thing. Like if you,
Yes.
like if in today's day and age, like if Sidney Crosby got fucking floored in a game, and then Ovi went to see him in the hospital, that would hit the news, and it would be so cool. You'd be like, wow, fucking what a guy. That's a good guy move. But he comes to see him, the concussion, and like he's got a massive concussion, a fractured collarbone. Shane's fucked up on meds, like
He's on
he's
some
doing. He's like
painkillers.
Ilya, yeah, and he's being really lovey-dovey, and Ilya is kind of being like, "Yo, fucking chill out, like relax." I thought that was kind of a cute.
I got
moment.
something to ask you. He's
Yeah.
like, not
Yeah.
right now, you don't. Sean,
Yeah.
also, dude, I was like, oh, hi, Shane is the dude who wheeled J-Law. Like, there he is. That's the guy.
Yeah.
That's the dude who sat down at
Right.
the booth with J-Law. I didn't know how to access him, but it's a little morphine. You know?
People
Yeah,
also helped us in the comments there as well. They were like, "Dude, Shane wheeled Rose because he doesn't like girls." Like it was easy. Like he was like, "Yeah, whatever, dude. You're fine. Like I got this." And I was like, "Wow, great fucking point."
What were you going to say, Sean?
Oh, I just think that maybe whether it's drinking or morphine, maybe he just like he just gets more charismatic regardless, as long as he's just a little bit fucked up. And then someone in the comments of the episode that just went out was saying that can happen with some neurodivergent folk. That they get a little
good.
bit less
I
socially
forgot about that with
awkward
Shane.
or a little
Yeah.
less socially
Yeah,
nervous when they're drinking or they're slightly intoxicated. So I mean, some accurate writing there.
Fucking A.
He's going to be drinking mid-season all the time. I just think this I think he'd be a better hockey player, more creative
Dude,
hockey
Shane,
player.
I'm telling you, man, Shane on the piss is
Yeah.
he's a weapon. Like
I don't want to name any name. There's probably no crossover audience with this in our hockey news audience, but there's some dudes that I could talk about that are like, listen, I can't get off the booze. I play better.
Yeah. Yeah, and like, listen, not like drinking before games, but like,
Yeah, right,
when you got a go night, guys, there are a lot of
gotta
guys in
go.
the league when
Yeah.
they're on the piss, they're better. Shane's one of them. So while he's drugged up, he said, like you said, Chris, he was like, I have something to ask you. He invites him to come to his cottage. He's like, don't go to Russia, come to my cottage. Ilya says, we can't do that, but then he kind of asks again, and he's like, we'll talk, like, or like
Dude,
maybe
when
we'll see.
he goes, we could do a week or two.
Yeah, great.
Oh my God, that was
Great
amazing.
stuff. Love seeing Shane fucked up like
Yeah,
that.
same.
It was awesome. But Nurse comes in, interrupts him, makes a funny joke. She's like, "Oh, Mr. Rozanoff, you're not going to smother him, are you? Ha ha ha."
Mr.
But-
Rozanoff, that phrasing scared me. I was like,
Yeah,
whoa.
I know. I
I've
was
never
like,
heard
"Whoa,
him
dude.
describe that.
Mr. Rozanoff is my dead father.
Yeah.
So, lovely little nip there of the cottage invite. So that's great. We're going to hold on to that. So now we're in May. Shane is still injured. He's in a sling. He's on the phone with Rose. Like I mentioned earlier, so glad we got this. So
Same.
glad we got this moment of like, they are friends. They are chatting. That's amazing.
I
They're
didn't like
chatting
that
about
he was on speaker. Like I know that like her makeup artist is like also, in the
In the
community.
trust
It looked
tree.
like
Yeah.
and like it was fine, but I was like, Rose, J Law. We are friends, but like I told you and you alone.
Yeah.
I need to not be on speakerphone.
Yeah. So we go back inside. He's with his parents. He goes back inside. They're watching the playoffs. New York is beating Boston 5-2. Shane's mom hawking it. She's like, looks like he's hurt. He's got a rib injury. She also says it sounds like it's New York's year. It's Scott Hunter's year.
I liked her more this ep. I didn't like her before that.
Oh, dude, she's amazing. I love her. I'm Team Shane's mom. I think the only person I don't like in the show is Alexi. Everyone in the show is incredible, and Alexi's a fucking son of a bitch. New York's buzzing. So now we see the boys texting, and I need to point out the most unrealistic thing I've ever seen in this show is New York winning a cup. So I'm gonna need the writers to just understand you made a huge mistake here thinking that New York could win. But
if you think about it, Rosie's off his game with all of his personal life dramas, and he's been out, and then we get
Shane's hurt.
The star, the Metros is out. So it's like if there was ever going to be a chance for Scott, it's now.
They had to make it so unrealistic, or the doors were so wide open. That's the only way it could happen.
Dude, you know what's funny?
Yeah.
I actually, once they hurt Shane, I was annoyed. There was a throwaway line earlier that kind of irked me, but I was like, who cares? And then when they hurt him, I was like, why did they do that? Shane is either directly coming off back-to-back cups or like 1 year removed. I kind of lost the shuffle there, but like the Metros are nasty.
I think it's directly off. I think he's back-to-back, yeah.
So then they have this line right before he gets hurt where they're like, it's before that game. They're previewing the game. They're like, Rosenoff is back from his being in Russia with his dad, and now we have a great matchup here with the Metros like clinging to a wild card spot. And I was like, what? They have the best player, and they've won back-to-back cups. I'm sure they're in the playoffs. But I was like, I guess they need to have someone else win this year. But then they hurt Shane anyway. So I was like, it should have been like, here's the matchup of two first-place teams. And then it's like, Shane Hollander breaks his collarbone, and the Montreal Metros suck now. And I'm like, that makes sense. So, yeah, you're right. Hurt Shane, hurt Rosie, New York's year. That's what it took.
Yeah, and I love how Shane shoots Rosie a text after they lose, and he's like, how are your ribs? Good. And he's like, fucking killing me. So, like, a little nut mom on it. It.
And then he goes, are you bummed? And he goes, what do you think?
Yeah.
You fucking moron.
So he's like, prick. Yeah, he's like, no, dude, I'm chilling. We just lost in the playoffs. So the boys are texting while everyone is watching this Stanley Cup go down. Or whatever cup go down. New York wins. Scott Hunter goes and gets the cup. And actual complaint here, Scott is lifting the cup, and he's not holding it by the cup.
Yeah.
And that drove me insane. I was like, someone fucking tell this actor to grab the goddamn cup.
Good
what
call,
the hell's
Dan.
going on?
Yeah, really
but,
good call. Yep.
Again, no big deal. But that was just like my psychotic type A OCD brain. I was like, grab the cup. Please grab the cup.
Yep.
So we're seeing Scott on the ice celebrating with his boys, but something's wrong, dude. Something's wrong. He's not.
That was good.
Oh, yeah.
We have been very lucky for the new fans of this who don't even know about our hockey journeys. We have been, because of this show, have been on the ice for the Cup for the last 3 years. And it is a madhouse of people. And when we go try to talk to the friends we have on the ice that have just won a cup, it's hard to get to them because they are mauled by family and their wives and their kids, So I was like, man, this, because they established he lost his parents young. Obviously, the relationship stuff, he has I was like, holy fuck, this is hurting my feelings and really accurate about what would happen in the sea after the party.
Absolutely, man. Like he is like, like you said, Scott doesn't have parents. Obviously, there's people in his life, but like you're seeing wives and girlfriends on the ice. You're seeing parents on the ice. Scott doesn't have that. So he's just kind of looking around like, guys will skate by and he's like, oh yeah, gives him a hug, but something is clearly fucking missing, dude. And we see Kip in the stands crying.
Did you guys think he was gonna? Did you think he was gonna be there, both of you, before it cut to him?
I don't want to be a dickhead.
Here we go.
But
Dan fucking saw everything coming. Here we go.
The second New York was in the final, winning the cup, and like all of a sudden now we're getting Scott Hunter. We haven't seen Scott Hunter since episode 3. I swear on my life, I looked at Alice. I was watching it with Alice. I looked at Alice and I go, Scott Hunter is going to pull Kip down onto the ice and kiss him in front of the world to see.
No fucking way, dude.
I swear to God.
Sean, what did you think?
You
I
know
thought
why?
It was going to be... Go on.
This and this is clearly, or I assume this is in the books. So, like, I'm not saying this was stolen. In fact, what I'm about to reference probably stole this from fucking Heated Rivalry or Game Changers. But this is the Ted Lasso scene. This is when Colin does this. Colin brings his man after he says to
Whoa,
to
spoilers for Ted Lasso.
what the fuck have you been doing? It's been out for like 4 years. Fuck, sorry.
Go for it. Rip it.
I'm sorry, shit. But yeah, I mean, like Colin does this. Like they win a huge match, and like his man comes down on the field, and they kiss, and I could just feel the vibes. It was so well done. The setup was so well done, and I was just like, all of a sudden we're watching Scott Hunter winning a cup after what we know about Skip, and I was like, dude, this has to happen. And then yeah, when he was like kind of looking around sad, and we see him crying, I was like, do it, dude, fucking do it.
Did you think he was going to be there, Sean? I didn't even think he was going to be there.
I thought he was going to be watching on TV.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I wrote in my notes. I go, please tell me Skip, or please tell me Kip was watching Scott win this. Because I was like, I just cut to that bar. What was that bar called again, Dan? Doesn't
shit.
matter. But it was
No,
sick.
it's such a good name.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, this is going to be so awesome. We're going to cut to Kip, who probably hasn't seen him or spoke to him in months, you know? Because, like, that's, like, Olympics, I think, is when, like, they broke up right before Olympics. So I'm like, he hasn't seen him for the whole second half of the year. He's going to be watching on TV with his friends, and it's going to be, like, this, like, he's hanging with his friends, and he does, like, a look over his shoulder, like, oh, shit, the Admirals won the cup. And then it was him in the stands, dude.
I thought it was going to be like an interview, like a post-game interview, and he was going to say something into the camera, like to Kip or something like that. But the fact that Kip was there made it a million times better.
Holy shit! Because he bought those tickets, right? Like those weren't Scott's seats.
I bet Scott gave them to him.
You think so?
He knew exactly where to look into the crowd. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, what are the chances you'd spot that if you didn't know where to look? It's insane.
Yeah.
And then also you'd be,
You know what? I like to believe. By the way, the bar's called the Kingfisher.
Yes, nice.
I like to believe that after they break up, Scott leaves tickets for Kip every single game.
Okay, I
And
like
he's
that
like,
too.
He's like, if you can come, you can come. And Kip is a man of honor, and I believe that he was like, I can't go. It's going to make things harder. But then when he's in the cup, he's like, Scott's about to win the Stanley Cup. Like, I'm not missing that. I'm not missing that.
That costs the players money, Sean, by the way, like when you leave tickets, like they take it out of your paycheck, and it's obviously like massively discounted, but it costs money. And there was a Red Sox player who was a rookie one year who thought the Red Sox play-by-play girl or like sideline girl was really hot. So every game of the Red Sox season, he left her tickets. Just as a romantic gesture. Yeah. And I believe now that is canon, and that's what Scott did too. Like as a romantic gesture, he was like, Kip will never come, but I'm leaving him tickets every game for the rest of the year.
Hopefully this gets to Rachel, because I want to see what she thinks about it, because maybe we can make that canon. But I believe that Scott left Kip tickets every single game for the rest of that season. But so obviously on the ice, he's looking up at Kip, and Elena is like, oh my God, like he's staring right at you. And the head nod was so fucking, he was like, get the fuck over here.
Get out here. Did you hear him? Did you see him go, yeah, you?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So fucking good. Kip runs down, fucking jacked, sexy ass, ripped up Kip, hops over the board.
I'm surprised he didn't melt the fucking ice,
dude. Gets on the ice. Oh, seriously. Fucking goddamn it, these two are so fucking beautiful together. And he gets down on the ice, and of course, Kip, the king, goes, you don't have to do this. And he's like, oh, brother, I want to. And they fucking kiss. And it's absolutely incredible. And two things. One, we kind of hear the crowd, and then we get a little bit, like, we're now focusing mostly on, like, the reaction of Shane, the reaction of Ilya. Yep. Like, everyone's like, oh, my fucking God.
Them texting right before the kiss, too.
Yeah, I was like, what's he doing?
Like, what are they doing?
And he's like, I don't know. But we get one shot, a little shot of the crowd, and they're going fucking nuts. And that pumped me up so much. Like, I was like, fuck yes. And then did you hear the announcer? You can hear him subtly go, you don't see that every day.
Yeah, I noted that.
I pray we live in a world where that would be the commentary.
Like, Chris, I was like,
live in a
come
world where
on.
that would be the
You
commentary.
can do better than that, announcer. Let's go, brother.
I Okay, a couple things here.
But let's just wrap it up, and then we can get into it all. Obviously, like, insane moment. Instantly, Ilya calls Shane. Shane answers, and he just goes, "I'm coming to the cottage." Smash to black. End of episode 5. Everyone fucking bricked up, dude.
Absolute, for me, flawless literal ending. Like the literal because I was like, whoa, are we about to get like is this going to be a long phone conversation? Because I could see the episode was getting close to over. So I'm like, what are they going to say? Like, how are they going to react to this? Just the literal pickup, I'm coming to the cottage credits. I was like, oh, dude, perfect.
Perfect.
And guys, okay, well, actually, I'll say this first because I have so much to say about this ending. When he brought him out, when he first waved him down, I was kind of like, oh, fuck, like maybe Elena should have gone with him because I don't know if he wants – if this is like a let's restart this relationship or if he wants this to be the grand gesture it is. And once it was just Kip, I was like, this is now a grand gesture, dude. Like, what's happening here? And I have in my notes, if he fucking kisses him, like a million ... because I didn't know yet. He hadn't even jumped on the ice. And then he does, dude. And it had me thinking, is that the end of book 1? Because I'm pretty sure – like all the comments were like, Skip arc is book 1 of this series, which is why book readers didn't like episode 3 that much because they were like, oh, you put all of book 1 in this like standalone thing in the middle. But I'm so shocked if book 1 ends with that moment because that would really change the like stigma or whatever you want to call it about a gay relationship in the MHL or MLH or whatever it is. Which kind of like changes the dynamic between, you know what I mean? Like that moment changes so much for Ilya and Shane. That I was like, is that the end of book 1 or do they keep Skip like throughout the other books somehow? So I'm curious to hear in the comments.
I wonder if they're parallel storylines where the same way we're kind of jumping around a lot as if we go back in time, we're now with Scott and Kip, we go up and we go back in time, we're with these other 2 characters.
Sean, I bet you're right because like, that's what's happening in this show. Right?
Yeah.
Like, it's the same season, so I wouldn't be surprised if it does end with that. And then Ilya and Shane's storyline starts, you know, like years later. So readers were probably like, oh, we're going to crash course together here.
Well, there's only one way to find out. We have to read these books.
I know.
Yeah.
You guys have to do a narration of the books.
We're getting a lot of requests for that in the comments, and I'm like, we have to. Like,
this is my biggest reaction to this episode. And Dan, I say this shit to you all the time, and Sean, you'll hear this take for the first time. This episode was so fucking awesome that I'm legitimately scared about the finale.
I know.
Because
I
don't know what we do now. Because like that was so fucking amazing that I could literally die right now in this universe and just extrapolate what happens and be happy. Like legitimately, I'm like, all is well in the world.
I'm so scared.
Me too.
I'm so scared. I am fucking petrified of what is going to happen to these 2 lovely boys and their hearts because I'm not sure I can take it. So I borderline don't want to watch episode 6 because I need to live in my fantasy land of they go to the cottage and they come out together and they get fucking married and then they trade off winning Stanley Cups for the next 15 years. They get traded to the same team.
Yes,
they get traded to the same team.
They
then go on the most generational run ever. They win the next 10 straight cups together.
The finale literally has to be that. They orchestrate a trade to the same team. They get married, and then the whole league knows that
wait.
And they win 10 cups together.
Chris, they both demand trades to New York.
And they play with Scott.
And they join Scott, and then the 3 of them win 10 straight Stanley Cups.
So, dude, so legitimately, that's how I feel, and I'm scared. But this is what I was going to say. Sean, my take with TV all the time is TV creators sell me on sensationalized storylines into like a cool subgenre, into a cool world, and then throughout the course of the series, they pull you back into realism in a way that I never wanted. For example, they're like, oh, here's The Sopranos. Tony's this like epic gangster and he can do whatever he wants. Spoiler alerts for Sopranos and fucking
jump to this time code to avoid Sopranos
but
spoilers.
It's like by the end they're like, yeah, but you know, it's pretty tough to be a mob boss and like all his big guys are going to die and he has to live the rest of his life in fear that the FBI is going to get him. And then Yellowstone, they're like, oh, we're cowboys and we like kill people and brand people and we do whatever we want and we're like, fuck yeah. And then they're like, but actually you'd probably have to sell your ranch because this isn't. And I'm like, why did we go there, dude? Like, I always joke Yellowstone should have ended with Montana seceding from the nation and like becoming its own place that's run by John Dutton. And I'm like, what a sick show. So this show sells me on this sensationalized, like super erotic, hot, sexy storyline about these two guys in the NHL, two gay guys in the NHL. And so easily could this book or this series have ended with a like, but the real world comes hard and fast, and they have to keep their relationship quiet, and it's hard and sad. Like, I thought we were going to head there, and then to go and be like, actually, no, Scott Hunter, the captain of Team USA and the Admirals, brought his boyfriend out on the ice on national TV at the Cup and makes out with him. Dude, it's one of the first shows I've ever seen that just rewarded the sensationalized version of what I wanted. Like, I
was
want
amazing.
to go here, and they just fucking did it.
We
I
did
put
it.
like a million ha's because I was like, thank you, dude. Like, I needed this show to get here, and I was afraid it wouldn't.
Dude, it's just such good, like, serving your audience. It's like, this is what we fucking want. Let's get it. Also, Chris, we're gonna jump into our awards and wrap this up because, again, sorry, babes, we're over an hour as we always do with this fucking show now because we're obsessed. It was so perfect of serving the audience. I am telling you boys right now, if episode 6 starts and it says like October 2019, if we do a time jump here, I am dead. I'm going to be fucking
Imagine
catatonic.
missing the cottage, Dan. Imagine missing the cottage. If they didn't give me the fucking cottage, I'll burn this place to the ground.
I'm going to be catatonic, guys. Like, if I need the episode 6 to start the next day. Like, I need to see what's going on. If I can't miss anything. So we better not time jump here or I'm finished. I'm finished.
Hey, before awards real quick, did you guys like how we hadn't seen Scott and Kip at all since 3 and we jumped into that?
Yep. And Chris, again, I swear to God, I can have Alice corroborate. I paused the TV and I looked at her and that's when I said, Scott Hunter is about to win the Cup and he's going to pull Kip down onto the ice and kiss him. The reason I felt like I knew that is because we hadn't seen them, and then they were like referencing Scott beating Boston, and it was my mind. I was like, oh, we haven't seen them yet.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is such a fucking perfect build-up, an absolute geyser of emotions right now.
I can't believe Scott went to the fucking gold medal and the Cup in the same year.
I know, what a fucking year, buddy.
If they had have done the Scott Kip like arc alongside where we're just cutting to and from like a B plot, it wouldn't have had the same impact. I think that dedicating their story, their arc to one episode, then like forgetting about them.
You're getting
for a
too
little
horny,
bit.
Sean.
I'm getting too horny.
Ilya, that's Ilya got in the way again. Yeah, go sit down, Ilya.
But when we get to kind of take our minds off them for a little bit, the same way they have had to. I mean, it happened during like pre-Olympics, so they've had to wait a long time too before any real developments have been made, presumably. So I think that it was a really nice way to kind of like bring it like, hey, remember this? And then we kind of link back into it. And they've had to wait. We've had to wait. In the meantime, we've been distracted with other things. I thought it was great. If it had been a B plot, it wouldn't have had the same effect at all.
Agree. It's been absolutely perfect. The way that the writers edge us is like, like I'm making an innuendo, but also like I'm being dead serious. The way they edge us with these stories, it's fucking Game of Thrones-esque. It's like we go off and we see these people, we get a bit of their story, and they leave us wanting more, and then boom, now we're with someone else, and you're like, oh my God. And at first you're almost kind of mad, but then that is so good that you're so invested, and then boom, they leave them, and you're like, what the fuck? But then we're brought back to where we were left off, and you're like, oh, hell yeah, I'm going to get topped off here. Yeah. This is just like, it's unbelievable. So, okay, on that note, let's get into our awards. 2 Horned Up Award. This obviously was the episode of romance, and it's going to be horniness in a different way. So, Sean, take us away. What did you have? What was your 2 Horned Up moment?
It is a challenging episode to pick one.
Nothing. You can do it your most romantic if you want instead.
Well, I think that's what it is. Like we were the 2 Horned Up is. We got so horny because it was so romantic. I think that's what this episode is going to be.
We can do that. Well, if that's the case, then the tunnel in the when they're on the phone call and Rosie's in the tunnel and he's speaking in Russian, that was just a fantastic idea for a scene.
Absolutely brilliant. Yep. Completely agree.
I'm going to keep mine horniest. Because I was like, I gotta try to find like what was the horniest moment in this, and for me, if you're actually aiming at that, it's FaceTime sex post dad's funeral. Like, you know, Like when he's like, "How you doing? Your dad's dead," and he's like, "Let's take your fucking shirt off."
But put the glasses back on.
And I loved it. Hey, grief is nature's greatest aphrodisiac, dude. And oh, Jesus
Christ. It's like fishing with dynamite.
It's like fishing with dynamite, dude. That was incredible. So, yeah, Dad dead. That was good.
I'm doing the combination of the two of you in terms of I was so horned up because it was so romantic. Was the hotel conversation when Shane says their hookup was nice and it felt like they were something.
Yeah.
It was
Would be something if we could.
But no, to me, specifically, it felt like we were something.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. It was just like a side of Shane
So
we
good.
hadn't seen.
Yep.
He was laying it all out there. You could feel the love between the two of them. I was like, holy fuck me. Okay, our what the fuck moment.
You want me to go?
Yeah, Chris, take it away.
The only one I had, this is another one where it was, these two awards were hard because I was like, man, nothing for both.
I mean, the show is all time.
If I'm being extra critical, when they come to play each other post Ilya's return from Russia and they line up at the center ice faceoff and smile at each other, I was like, that was awesome. I loved that grin.
Yeah.
I didn't like the Shane getting popped beat was cool because like that happens in hockey. It kind of came to nothing. I thought it was going to be like, oh, and now he's concussed and now he said something. You know, I was like, oh, there was a reason he got hit hard, and it kind of there wasn't other than
Well,
like
there is a really. I'll let you finish, but there's a really big reason if you think about it. But go on.
okay. But it was. I don't think I loved that he got popped because he was like looking back and laughing at Rosie. Like I was like, I don't know that I would be doing that in an NHL game. You can admire your pal, like that shit happens all the time. But like he's like looking back and he's like, gotcha, and I'm like,
that was an awesome sensationalized moment. Like
Yeah.
after like the way that they're connecting in this moment, you're like, yeah, fuck yeah, you'd give him a little.
It
look.
worked
I like
for the
it.
show, but I was just
Yeah.
kind of like, that's probably not how that would have gone down.
Yeah.
But what were you gonna say, Sean?
I was going to say that if Shane didn't get popped, then he wouldn't be out of the playoffs, which means that the Admirals might not have made it to the finals to win, so that Scott
never wins.
Hunter could
Yep.
go, well, I'm already 100,000 years old. I might as well
was
finish
funny,
my
too.
career here. If everyone decides that they don't want to watch me anymore or whatever, it's no big deal. This is my only opportunity. If he hadn't done that, Scott doesn't win, then Scott doesn't kiss Kip on the ice, then we never get what I presume this is going is that they are going to take Scott as a huge inspiration, and this upset to the MLH is going to be their reaction to that is going to allow, hopefully, what I'm hoping for is that Shane and Rosie get to come out,
Dude,
and
Sean,
be happy.
snipe by you right there, though. I didn't clock this, and I hope they don't do this, but they could with he could retire. Like you just said, like he's 100. They made that joke about he being like he's old, and the man in the crease was like he always crashes and burns the second half. I hope they don't go. He's
Well,
like,
I think
I'm just speeding
Why
up
not?
my timeline. I'll just because I
Oh,
want him
actually,
to be
yeah,
an
no,
open
fuck yeah,
player.
stay in
I
the
want him
league.
to be
Yeah,
like,
stay in the
I'm
league,
playing
stay in the
still.
league, stay in the league.
He is-
Sorry,
I think
I was in the mindset of like right off into the sunset, dude. You just won gold and a cup, and now you've got the love of your life. But do all of that and still play.
I hope
You're
he
right.
stays.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah, I like it would be cool if he stayed, but I think when he was on the ice and he's looking around, it's like he was making. To me, I was
You're right.
envisioning that he's making
I'm
because
just
they made such a
seeing
big
that.
deal about him being so much older as well.
So true, so true.
And like part of that was like the maturity of like we get to see a more mature relationship between him and Kip. But
Yeah.
I think it's like it sets him up for the perfect. All right, I'm going out on top. I won my cup. I've done my mission. Now I get to put all my focus into Kip, which is what I really want to do. Because there's nothing. I'm not young enough where there's going to be another chance at this. I'm not, what else would I be playing for? I've done this now. What's the point in staying and playing anymore? It's like, this is what I want to do with my life now is I want to go be with Kip. And
But
I
that
thought
is what
that
happens.
was
Great
That was
call.
great. Yeah. That's
true.
what I hope anyway. I think that would be romantic and nice.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyway.
That'd be wonderful. All right, Sean, do you have a what the fuck?
Yeah, my what the fuck moment, the only one for me was when they after Shane gets popped and some guys are dropping the gloves and all the cameras
Oh yeah,
all
that was
zoom
funny.
up to Ilya just standing there. I don't think that
missing
would
the
ever
line,
happen.
missing the line brawl. There's like
Yeah.
an 18
And even the
fight going on.
even the commentary is just like talking about Rosie, where I'm like, come on, there's guys who are gonna be like, walking away with bloody noses and black eyes, and we're just gonna be like, but look at this guy over here.
What's he doing?
And I like your theory that the cameraman knew.
He knew, dude.
Yeah. I
He's
like
the same
that
guy.
theory.
He's on Scott and Kip. You know, like he's the camera guy on Scott and Kip.
Yeah.
He's like, oh my god.
When's that book coming out? When do we get
Yeah.
the cameraman's perspective?
That's amazing.
My only one, I mentioned the Scott not holding the cup, just messed with my stupid brain. I got to go back to the Rose Uber. That was just so funny to me.
Oh yeah,
I was just like, this is
RAV4.
hilarious. Okay, and then I'll lead this one. My I'm in love with this show moment. Sean, it was your romance moment. It was the
same. I'll go too. Same.
I was going to
Russian,
say that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, the Russian tunnel scene. Again, just going back to either credit to Rachel or credit to the writers, but it was just brilliant. Like the device was so fucking good. It was so emotional. The acting was so great, and all the content was so great. I loved it. Absolutely.
Well, I
loved
also
it.
liked the very last shot of the show, where it's I'm going to the cabin and just Shane going, huh?
Yeah,
Put
yeah.
there.
So good, dude.
Also, kind of in love with it. I can't wait for the next episode.
I
Me
usually
too.
kind of go through the notes at the end to like repick my favorite. I'm like, what was my favorite moment for this award? This one I wrote next to the tunnel scene as it was happening. That I was like, this is I love, like, no questions asked. This will be my favorite part of the show. This will be my favorite part of the whole series. That was fucking awesome, dude. Holy
100% agree. Completely agree. All right. Well, that's it, babes. That is our episode 5 review of Heated Rivalry. Out of control stuff. This is so good. We are going to try to. We're now caught up. We're with you now. So you're watching this on a Tuesday. We're all going to be watching together at the end of this week after Christmas. What a gift that'll be. Oh, my God. And we are going to try to give you guys a live reaction. We're going to watch together, and we're going to try to go live on YouTube so you guys can see us reacting to the episode, and then we will get into it. Should be an absolute blast. We'll figure out the logistics of that and let you know on all of the socials to let you know when we're going live and how to tune in. But needless to say, our hearts are on the line.
I'm scared.
Here.
I'm legitimately
I'm scared. I'm genuinely terrified. But beautiful stuff. Gentlemen, great work. And all of you beauties, we will see you for episode 6. Cannot wait.
Okay, let's finish this episode up with a beer league hotline and a blind ranking. Sean, beer league hotline, take it away.
All right, so it says, our captain is an older guy who put together a bunch of nobodies from an adult instructional league a decade ago. We've had the same core the entire time, even picked up a couple championships along the way. The guys get along great. It's not uncommon for 8 p.m. games to end in the parking lot when they shut off the lights at 2 a.m. with coolers, grills, even fireworks every now and then. Recently, one of the core glue guys moved away. Since then, we've had to forfeit games because we don't have enough bodies. The younger kids are skipping out on dues, leaving our captain out $1,000 every season. Do we need to retire and pack it in, or how can we right the sinking ship?
Damn.
What the fuck?
Damn, dude. Because
What
these
the
guys
fuck?
are beauties, dude. This is like, they're older, obviously. This is like an instructional league, Dan. This is probably like a D league. This is like, fuck.
This is absolutely devastating. And I, as like the number one beer league guys on earth, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I think you need to close up shop, dude.
Oh my God, dude. How could you say that out loud?
Because you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And frankly, you had a beautiful thing, maybe the best of things, and you have let these young guys ruin it. And you can't let it get so bad that you turn around and you don't even recognize what the team was. You're telling me that the captain is out $1,000 every season because of these little shits? Like, don't give them the joy that is the last remaining beautiful elements of this team if they're not paying for it and if they're not caring and they're just like skipping games and they're forfeiting. Don't let this completely decompose.
Here's a thought, though, Dan. I bet they only have young kids because they got drunk on the couple championships they picked up, and they said that was fun. Winning is fun. We should add some youth so we're stay competitive. And I'm just thinking, what if they did this though? If you truly love it, if you're sending us this message because you truly love it, then you go to the adult instructional league and find a new group of old guys. You take the young guys off the team, and you go, hey, our depleted core is staying. I find a new group of old guys who don't have a team, just like you guys didn't a decade ago.
Sure.
And you invite them onto your team, and you guys will probably lose most weeks because you're like, we don't have any young guys, and these guys are brand new to hockey. But you create a new culture that your team stays alive for as long as you want to play, and then you pass it on to them. Like, you guys will then retire, and they will keep it, and they'll go, how come you guys are called, the blanks? Because this is your team name, and they'll go, couple legends before us started this squad, and now we are on it, and we'll pass it along.
I love that. I think either you close up shop, or at the very least, kind of, I think what you're alluding to, you got to get rid of these kids.
Yeah, bye.
These kids are gone, dude. Like, by the time you guys listen to this episode, they should be cut in the next 2 hours.
Correct.
I'm dead serious. Like, if these guys are robbing your captain and they're just not caring, this is also a good platform to me. We struggle with this with our team. I don't understand how late we play and how much money we pay to play beer league in this country. Not caring blows my mind.
Yeah.
It absolutely blows my mind, dude. And I understand if you're like, dude, I care and I love beer league because I love going to the rink and I love gassing a few pops with the boys after a game and getting a little workout in. That's great. I do too. But what I'm saying is, if you're there, try. At least give it a go.
Let's try to score a few.
You don't need to be a hardo. You don't need to be the dickheads getting in fights and yelling at the refs. But go out there and put in a good shift every time you touch on the ice. And I will never understand people who don't do this. So these kids, you're fucking gone. Give them the boot. Try to restart. And if you can't, at least you made an effort to save it.
Yeah. God. And I'm rooting for you.
I'm rooting for you. And let us know. Let us know.
Okay. Now we kick it to a Bauer Hockey blind ranking. We love other people at Bauer because they provide us with the most amazing products on earth, especially the Bauer Pulse, which is the greatest stick I've ever used. If you don't have one, get one because it's Christmas and they have insane deals. We have been doing Christmas movies. This is part 3. We've gone through 10 already. 2 pretty good lists, if I say so myself, but it all hangs in the balance here, Dan. This is probably going to come out. This is probably going to be posted on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
So there we go for all the
lot
marbles.
riding on this.
For all the
riding
marbles,
on this.
blind ranking Christmas movies part 3.
All right. First one is It's a Wonderful Life.
Fuck. Dan, tell the truth, Dan. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Okay, the truth is, I had not seen this movie all the way through until very recently. And fuck, is it good.
But?
No, I don't know that there's a
Okay.
but. I do think Harry's a fucking scumbag.
Dan hates
dude.
the brother.
I hate the brother. Sean, you've seen this movie, obviously?
Yeah.
Harry's a piece of shit, dude. Harry's just like the little brother. Fucking, he falls in the lake.
Like a
he
loser.
gets saved by George. George loses hearing in one ear for the rest of his fucking life, saving him. And then George is supposed to go off, travel the world, go to college. But then the fucking the family loan is about to go under, and George saves it, and Harry goes to college. And then after George is saving the company for years, Harry finally comes back, and he's like, yeah, it's my turn. And then George is like, oh, you met a girl whose rich daddy is going to give you a job. Go do that. And he goes and does that, and then he joins. Dude, he's a fucking piece of shit. I hate Harry. I hate
cynical take, but
Yeah.
it's not wrong.
Yeah, he's a selfish prick, dude. And then at the end of the movie, he goes, to my brother George, the richest man in town. And I'm like, are you being sarcastic, you prick? Fuck, I fucking hate this guy. So, anyway.
That's it, too.
I think it's maybe 1, dude. It might be 1. It's a Wonderful Life. That might be 1. That might have to be 1.
It's so good. I actually do love it. I get emotional every time I see it. The very end. It's like tough, hard not to cry. But
I think we go 1 here.
really, there's I forget what we've said, but there's some heaters. Why don't
There's
we get 2?
definitely some. I have a bad feeling that this is going to be a fucking
Yeah, we might
murderer's
get
row
fucked
of
on this
movies. And I just like.
So we got to go 2. We got to go 2.
No, dude. I think we go 1. We already have
fucking
Klaus
insane.
as 1, and we have
Holdovers.
Home Alone. And then.
Oh, no.
No. I'm not ranking them that way. Those are for me, my order for when I'm asking you
No.
guys.
But
Sorry.
I know I'm saying in the past.
Yeah, we did. No, in Holdovers. I'm pretty sure, dude. I think we did Klaus and Holdovers.
Yeah.
I think it was Klaus and Holdovers. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Was Home Alone 2 on a list?
Home Alone 2 has not been said, but Home Alone was said.
Sorry. I meant
Home
is
Alone
Home
got
Alone
2.
1?
Yeah.
got number 2,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
I think we go 1.
Okay, fuck it. 1. This is insane.
It's a Wonderful Life 1.
All right. The Santa Claus.
Dude, this is fucked. We are fucked.
No, I think we're great. See, this is 2 for me.
See, and I want to go 3 but I love the Santa Claus. It's like one of my. It might be my top 3 top 5 favorite Christmas movie ever. Let alone a blind ranking.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to be rude here, but I believe your favorite Christmas movie has not been said, and I am here to tell you that fucking movie is not better than the Santa Claus.
It's the best movie of all time.
Dude,
so how could it not be? Fuck. Maybe it won't get said. Okay, I'll go 2.
Oh, I promise you, it's getting said. So if you can live with the reality of it being after the Santa Claus, then okay. But since you gave me "It's a Wonderful Life" at 1, I can go 3 here and hold 2
because
for you.
I'm already fucked because it should be 1. So it's already
No,
a
it
disaster.
shouldn't. It shouldn't. Dude,
right.
would you hold on, Sean. Would you
gotta pick
would you rather it be 2, Chris?
Yes. So this
Okay,
is 3.
so
Santa Claus
we're
is
gonna
3.
Santa Claus 3.
Santa Claus 3. Okay. Controversial one. Die Hard.
Oh, fuck. Okay, so dude, Dan, maybe we go 5.
Absolutely a Christmas movie.
Yes. But actually, I do love it.
Oh, it's
I was
incredible.
going to say maybe we go 5 just to say, hey, technicality, not our fault. It's the least Christmassy.
Again, this is listen, it is a Christmas movie, but it's less Christmassy than a lot of these. So if we go 4 here, it doesn't mean we think it's a worse movie per se, but it is less Christmassy, which drops it down a little bit.
Yeah, well, I'm going 4 or 5. I got to leave 2 because I built my whole pyramid on this.
Yeah, you sure did. I think we go 4.
Sean, that company Christmas party in Die Hard is Christmas Eve. Like
Insane.
The Nakatomi Corporation is having their company holiday party on Christmas Eve.
Nakatomi Plaza and the Nakatomi Company.
It's the craziest thing I've ever
going
heard.
Christmas. Dude, they don't
I've
care
never
about family.
thought about it before, but you're totally right. That's
Like,
bizarre.
what?
No one
It's
would show
mental.
up.
Literally,
It's mental.
Everyone's they're all working until 5 p.m. They're like, "Oh God, we're really slaving away." Okay, 4.
I like 4.
4.
I love this
Fuck
movie.
it, dude. Okay,
All right. Here we go. How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
2. It's my favorite Christmas movie of all time. Well, Klaus, I
And
guess.
that's going to be Jim Carrey's
Jim
How the
Carrey's
Stole
Grinch.
Christmas.
Jim Carrey's
Yeah.
Grinch 2. If you don't like this movie, you're wrong. It's that simple.
Yeah.
It's campy in a lot of ways, whatever, but that's the point. It's amazing. Jim Carrey's a
incredible.
national treasure. 2. Should have been 1. 2.
All right.
So
We have
this
a
is
perfect
5.
list.
This is 5.
This is,
yeah.
and this is for a perfect list.
All right. Miracle on 34th Street.
Dan, I can live with that. It's a classic, but you knew this. But you knew this was going to be a hammer. You knew this was going to be a hammer 5. You're mad about Die Hard, but Die Hard's a better movie. We can live with this, dude. It's below Santa Claus. It's below the Santa Claus. It's below the Santa
Yeah,
Claus.
I think this is great.
I thought we were going to get Christmas Vacation.
And
People
the
would have
question
lost
is,
their fucking minds.
the question is which Miracle on 34th Street?
Not the Matilda. Yeah, let's pretend it's the Matilda one. Then it's definitely 5.
Then that's a perfect list.
Yeah. No offense.
I would maybe swap it with Die Hard for the Christmas vibes, but hey, that's a pretty good.
That's
fucking
pretty good.
list.
That's pretty
I
good.
like it. All right, beautiful stuff, boys. Another beautiful list. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. We got all of the great stuff in there. Hope you enjoyed it. We absolutely love you. And like we said, this is going to be our last episode until after Christmas. So, Merry Christmas from everyone here at the Empty Netters podcast to all of you. We love you guys so much. We don't have this show without you. So we hope you have the best holiday season ever. We hope you have the best Christmas day ever. Whether you celebrate it or not, Christmas is for everyone. We want you to have a great day. We love you guys. Enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, enjoy your day. Can't wait to see you again after the holiday. And until we do, there's only one thing to do.
Rap hard, open hard, drink hard, eat hard, relax hard, love hard, laugh hard, and fucking skate hard.